Hi, welcome to the channel. I'm Jake, and this is our 2 cents, where we talk everything boxing, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. It is Fight Night Eve. Oshaki Foster versus Raymond Ford tomorrow. Going down in H-Time, know what I'm talking about. Excited about that fight. Already got my tickets. Barely got them, though. Really did. I didn't know it was going to sell out 2 days before the event. But it's been a great build up. I want to let more people pull up in here before we just, get started really kicking it about the fight. But y'all know it's 2 cents ladies night, all women panel fellas call in show. I'll let y'all know when I open the phone lines up. Let me get situated here. There we go. Shout out to everybody in the building. Let some people pull up in here. Let's see what we got going on. Let's check X. What has been the most exciting boxing news y'all have heard this week? What interests y'all the most? What stories really stuck out to you? I mean, the Oshaki Foster Raymond Ford build up has done a very good job of keeping my attention. The back and forth, they going at it on X, they going back and forth at it on the interviews. But Raymond Ford seems genuinely like he has like a beef with Foster. I don't know what it is. Hold on, y'all. I'm about to pull everything up. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, here we go. Here we go. What's up, Gecko Kid Marco in the building? A So Stan, Crush the Legend. All things in the building, always. Y'all make sure y'all punch that like and subscribe button. Punch that like and subscribe button. I still haven't changed my X to dark mode. I need to. So I guess the biggest news I've heard recently is with the Jai Opataya Benavidez situation where now the Benavidez Jai Opataya opponent that he was trying to fight has been ordered to now fight David Benavidez. Is that what's going on with that? Man, I don't know if y'all following the whole um I don't know if y'all following like what's going on with like Dana White and his lawsuits and the WWE. I think they got like an insider trader lawsuit. I got to find out exactly what's going on with all their lawsuits, but it's not looking too good because they've also, I think with the Dana White situation, he's getting in trouble for withholding information in one of his cases. Like they tried to give her the evidence or something like that. So that's a lot going on. They got a ton of stuff going on. They losing UFC fighters. I don't think the boxing thing is going how they thought it was gonna go. Look, Eddie Hearn talking about it right here. Let's see what Eddie Hearn had to say. And I enjoy Eddie Hearn and Dana White going back and forth. I enjoy them going at it. Cause he damn sure wasn't going to Ellerby and them like this.
For a fight, I accepted. Shit. I don't know. Listen, I mean, Dana's having a nightmare. I mean, right now, I've got to be honest with you. Like, his butt cheeks must be so red raw because all I'm doing is spanking him all the time. I mean, he's going. I mean, his UFC's gone to pot, right? It's having the worst year it's had. The boxing stuff they're doing is awful. He called me out for a fight. I accepted. He shit his pants, completely shit his pants. And then they saw some joke picture that someone put out of hair dye running down my face. He actually thought it was real. I mean, he's had so many L's. I mean, I don't know what to say to him, but, you know, unfortunately, I'm living completely rent-free in Dana White's head. And I'm just disappointed that he didn't stand up to his word of fighting me. Because if I got him in a ring, I would tell you what, I would spank that big Maris Piper potato head all over the gaff. And he keeps saying, no one knew who Eddie Hearn was before I started talking about it. Well, thank you, Dana. You've made me a huge star in America, and our boxing business is flying. But he talks shit, makes up facts that don't even exist. And now, even worse than that, after calling out a fight, he shit his pants. What can I say? Much love, Dana.
Eddie Hearn talking all that shit because he know Dana White ain't gonna fight him. He's talking all that noise, but Dana White is terrible with the public. I'm not gonna lie. He is terrible with the media. He's rude. He's condescending. He never answer no questions. He swear he the only person that know what he talking about. Okay, have y'all seen this video? Have y'all seen this video of Big Baby going at it with Shakur Stevenson's trainer? Now, nobody find it strange that Shakur Stevenson's trainer is training Raymond Ford. Not strange, but like, I don't want to use the word strange, but I didn't know that like Shakur, that was his cousin and he had like just trained him for this fight. I thought that was that always his trainer or is he just training him for this fight? And if he's a trainer, why is he so emotional? Why is Raymond Ford trainer so emotional? Now, I'm not sure how old or new this video is, but apparently this is the guy that we keep seeing on stage going back and forth with O'Shaquie Foster. O'Shaquie Foster is going at it with Raymond Ford, his trainer, his two other homeboys. Like, he going at it with a whole group of people. But let's look at this video and see what happened.
Don't get slapped the fuck up, nigga. Don't let the internet shit for you, nigga. I'm putting niggas down for real. Nigga. So just hold my phone, my nigga.
Now, let me point out the fact that they're not in the same weight class. As you can see, Big Baby Miller is a heavyweight. This dude is probably, I don't even know, but he ain't a heavyweight. So this is an incident. They're in the middle of a hotel. It looked like the dude might have said something and then kind of pushed Miller or something like that. So I'm just curious if Big Baby Miller is completely out of line because he's clearly a heavyweight and they not in the same weight division, since that matters on the street now. The fact that y'all not in the same weight division. He's a trainer. They can get in the ring and box. He know how to fight. So Big Baby Miller should not be approaching him in this manner, considering the fact that they're not in the same weight class. He should not be approaching him acting like he about to do something. Like this man damn near about to need his license taken. But let's finish the video.
What I do, nigga? See what I do, my nigga? See what I do? I hear you, my boy. So get the fuck out of my face then, nigga. Get out my face, my boy.
He say, I hear you, my boy. This, now mind y'all, this is the same guy that been yelling and screaming at O'Shaquie Foster. He getting into it with Big Baby Miller, who, by the way, they don't look like they in the same weight class, so I don't think Big Baby Miller should be saying nothing to him, even though they not in the ring and they on the street. But I digress. Let's finish the video. I hear you, my boy.
Fuck out of here, nigga. Nigga, walk, B. Walk, B. Yo, walk out my face, B.
What's going on with y'all? Y'all all right? What's going on? What's going on, B?
I'm not real, nigga. Who you look like that? They not like that. Like who? I ain't worried about none of that. I'm not worried about none of that. Really, nigga. Your team not like that, nigga. Team not like that, nigga. Brooklyn, nigga. Remember that fucking nigga.
So who gonna get the petition started? That man had no business trying to fight that man. He is not a heavyweight. They are not in the same division, bro. They're not in the same division, homie. Come on, man. Are y'all upset about that? Because Big Baby Miller is clearly big enough, dude. The dude is not. They not in the same weight division, y'all. How he gonna go over there? And then he shoved him. He shoved him. He pushed him with both hands. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I ain't even come on here to talk about this, but once I seen the video and I realized, wait a minute, I know they not about to get into an altercation. They not even in the same weight class. They not even in the same weight class. I know they not finna get into an altercation. Is Big Baby Miller a bully? Let me know and drop it below, chat. Is Big Baby Miller a bully? He ain't put his hands on the man once. He did it twice. Let's watch it again. Look. You see how look. This man right here. You see how he touching him? He putting his hands on him. Boom! Right here, he put his hands on him. Okay, so he pushed him off. Damn. And then when Big Baby got in his face, he said, "I hear you, my boy. I hear you, my boy." But I just wanted to show y'all that video, one, to show you how emotional and problematic. I just want to show you that video to show you how emotional and problematic Ray Ford trainer seems to be. And while I was watching the video, I realized that they might need to start a petition for Big Baby Miller because him and that other dude is not in the same weight class. They not in the same weight class. He had no business shoving him. They like 2 weight classes. Big Baby Miller is a heavyweight. He like 300 something pounds. Ain't no way he should be out here in the street trying to fight and shove on somebody that's not in his weight class. Why is he doing that? Apparently, that's not allowed. Apparently, you can't fight niggas on the street if they not in your weight class. So, I don't know about y'all. I'm not going to start the petition. I'm just saying that he out here putting his hands on people that's not in his weight class. Some people think when you do, you know what I'm saying, your license should be revoked. So, I'm just trying to see who going to start the petition. I'm just asking y'all. Just a simple question. Just a simple question. But I originally showed y'all the video to show y'all how emotional and problematic this dude be being. I don't know what his deal is. I don't know what his deal is. So I seen some interviews from Lamont Roach that I wanted to review. I didn't review them. I waited to review them with y'all. A lot of this stuff I don't watch before I watch it with y'all. So you can get like a raw review reaction. I'm just asking about the petition because when you fighting people that ain't in your weight class, Cash Crypto, you supposed to get your license revoked. That's the new precedence. That's the new standard that they done set. You out here pushing on people, trying to fight people in the street that ain't in your weight class. Come on, bro. Get that paperwork ready. Let's see. Lamont Roach been talking a lot lately. Let's see what Lamont Roach got to say.
All right, Jay Martinez with Fight Help TV here with Lamont Roach here in Houston, Texas. Prediction for this fight, you know, it's really intense. The weigh-in, the press conference, everything.
I think it's gonna be a good fight. I'm supporting Raymond Savage, so I think he's gonna win. I think it's a very skillful matchup. But once
Lamont Roach got Ray Savage, man, I don't know who gonna win this fight, y'all. I don't know who gonna win this fight. I want to go with Shaqy. Everybody like Ray. I'm like, damn. Damn, O'Shaquie say he about to prove everybody wrong. This O'Shaquie Foster's moment. This O'Shaquie Foster moment, if y'all don't know that. Sold out crowd, hometown. He gotta come through. He gotta come through. This is his moment. And he doing it with a tough opponent. Fans giving the fans what they want to see. But let's see what Lamont talking about.
somebody get punched, and it's really gonna be a firefight. So we're gonna see.
They were saying, you know, Ray's emotions could probably get the best of him going into the fight facing O'Shaquie Foster. Do you think that's going to play a huge role? You think Foster's going to have the advantage?
Dondrick, no, he not that alternate Dondrick. Lamont Roach is not an active squad alternate. Why you doing Lamont Roach like that? He was acting a little active squadish, but I think he was just doing that to, trying to hold on to what he could hold on to. But I see it. I can see it.
No, I don't think so. At the end of the day, it's like he's a professional. He's a world champion, former world champion, going for his second division. So I think, me personally, I think it's just normal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like with the back and forth and everything like that. That's all.
You think it would be a knockout, go all 12 rounds?
I'd like to see a knockout in this fight, but I predict that it goes 12. I predict it goes 12 in a good classical boxing match.
Your fight coming up with Cepeda, August 1st in Las Vegas. It's a big fight. A huge fight.
They told you it was August 1st?
I mean, that's what they're saying on the news.
That is what they saying. I'm waiting on the official word, so we'll see.
It sounds like it's more official word than I'm reading that I'm seeing that your fight with Cepeda. It's gonna be a banger. It's gonna be a really good fight. Like, the hardcore fans are gonna know this is gonna be a fight. It's like a cat and mouse, and they're both gonna bring it back and forth. They're gonna fight them. They're shy away from exchanging in the ring. What can we expect in that fight?
I can't hear nothing in that video but them yelling. We're gonna have to find a different video. Why you interviewing somebody right there with people yelling like that in the background? Y'all gotta do better. Fight Hub. Fight Hub gotta do better. At least isolate the sound or something after you record it. Just record the people yelling in the background. Can nobody hear this, bro? All right, let me see. He had another interview. Maybe it was on Fight Hype. When is Lamont Roach and Cepeda supposed to be fighting? When is that fight?
Hey Lamont, how you see the fight?
I see it being a good boxing match. Until somebody get punched, then it's gonna be a firefight.
You think Shock's experience is gonna help him in this one?
I think Raymond Ford has a lot of experience too. So I don't think it'll make a difference.
What about yourself, Lamont? We hear you coming back. Any rumors? What about you? When you're back in the ring?
Summertime for sure. We're just waiting on a lot of things to get finalized. Cepeda is the #1 leader in possibilities, and it's looking very promising. So we'll see.
I want you to look at the camera and say, Tank Davis on 3, right?
Nah, I won't say that. God bless you. All right, no doubt.
I know you said prior to that last fight, you go up to 40 to fight Shakur. Just about 40 in general. How long do you think you have at 35, moving up to 40? Are there guys at 40 you want to fight? Like, what's the timeline?
I'm campaigning at 35, so I'll be at 35 for a long time. But if opportunities present themselves at 40, I will take it. I'm not trying to wait.
Keyshawn Davis, Shakur Stevenson, those types of
Keyshawn Davis can't make 40, as we can see. But if he can, I would love to get in the ring with him.
I know you said, you and Shakur both talked about you will fight each other.
Yeah.
And obviously maybe different timelines for each other. Is that 35, 40? And when could that fight even possibly happen? If you pick up this belt at 35, do you think that could happen?
I say 35. Once I win a championship, I know he'll probably want to reclaim it and be champion, the same belt that he had. So, we'll see. I think that's a fight. I think that's the best fight in the division at 135 pounds, and I think that will define, who's the best at 135, which is one of the hottest divisions right now.
You said it's the same belt, WBC belt that you'd be fighting as a pay to for. Do you think boxing politics with him dropping that belt would make him say, I don't want to fight for the WBC belt again, or that'd be,
You never know, man. You know what talks in this business? Money talks. So we'll see.
What about Boots and Xander Zayas next month? How you feeling about that?
I love that fight. I think boxing is on the right path with a fight like that.
All right, Lamont Roach ain't talking about nothing, man. Lamont Roach ain't talking about nothing. He did say one thing interesting. Keyshawn Davis can't make 140, so maybe he'll finally go up to 147 pounds. I'm not sure what the holdup is for people just getting in the division they need to be in so they can fight. Not sure what the holdup is. All right, let's see what else we got for the review show. What Tim Bradley talking about?
Just that press conference with Ford and Oshaki Foster. This black on black crime gonna be for real. It's gonna be off the chain. Ooh, it's gonna be off the chain. Can't wait. Can't wait. Can't wait. Can't wait. Look, you know, Ford is like a little baby replica of Shakur Stevenson. Like a little baby.
Let me pause on that for a second. And 2CENTers, let me know and drop it below your 2 cents. Is Raymond Ford a baby replica of Shakur Saltouch Stevenson? Do you all believe that and see that? And when they fight, are they styles that similar to y'all? Ladies, the link is pinned to the top of the chat. Crush the Legend say hell no. Okay. I got one response. Because I don't agree, but I mean, I'm sure he said it, so obviously it's probably people of that same opinion. Do y'all think that Raymond Ford is a baby replica of Shakur Stevenson? Let me know and drop it below.
Replica of him, man. You know, like a little dialed down version of him. Oshaki, if Oshaki wins this fight and look hella good doing it, Shakur still ain't got no dance partner. They need to fight. They need to fight. In Texas, in Houston. That'll be one of the biggest fights in Houston. Oshaki Foster and Shakur Stevenson. Because you know Shakur ain't fighting no damn Ford. You know Shakur ain't fighting no damn Keyshawn, none of them. I mean, he made alliances with all these dudes. You know, they're my brothers. They're my brother. That's my brother. Ain't got no kind of blood or kin or nothing. Yeah, Lamont Peterson was my brother too. Shit, I remember playing, you know, Pity Pat with I think that's what that shit was called. Spades, I know that. On the train with my brother. Lamont Peterson. But shit, I had the title. And he wanted it. So we had to fight. That's just what it is. It's called a sport, people. Yeah, it's business too. However, yeah, Shakur, you're gonna have to I know you sent your little minion to test the waters and see what you can do. See what he can do to be able to see.
How are you one of the best fighters in the world, pound for pound, hands down? Hands down, you the best fighter in the world. But you gotta send people in to fight potential opponents to test the waters for you. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Could you imagine if Terrence Crawford sent in a fighter to test the waters for Canelo before he went to go fight him? Now, maybe he did do that, but it wasn't widely known if he did. If these fighters are sending fighters in to test other fighters, it shouldn't be widely known. You shouldn't get on the internet and make an announcement like, "Hey, if you beat this fighter, then I'm gonna fight you." Like when y'all could have just fought up, y'all could have just fought each other. You didn't have to put a obstacle in the way. Y'all could have just fought each other. It's not like you a big payday, you a big star, you a big like none of that. It'd have been two guys fighting. Shakur Stevenson, a highly decorated fighter on a pound for pound list, or Shaki Foster, multi division champion, whatever accolades he got going on, and they would have been fighting each other. Like, what do we? And everybody's like, "Oh, it's okay, cool." Like Shakur Stevenson get to build a front line of boxing brothers that he can go sick on people whenever somebody want to fight him, and he can go just sick. Oh, what you? Let's see, Keyshawn, go handle that. That's you. You got that. Oh, what you? Okay, Ford, you okay? Go handle that when you got that. Okay, you what? Oh, you want to fight? Okay, you okay, Hitchison, you go over there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying if that were the case, and I'm just giving you my 2 cents about the situation. He got a whole line. He got a whole front line. Shakur think we playing football. He think we playing football. He got a whole front line blocking for him. Let's see what else Tim Bradley had to say.
What you can do. Oh yeah, we heard about the sparring sessions. Yeah, I take a sparring session, like a grain of salt. But yeah, Foster's been saying he's always got in your ass. He said
you gonna take the sparring session with a grain of salt, but Shakur need to send somebody. Why does Shakur? You already sparred him. Why do you need to send somebody at him to test him? You've already been in the ring with him personally yourself. That's another reason why this don't make a lot of sense to me. You've already been in the ring with him. You've already sparred him yourself. Why do you need to send somebody in to test the waters? Now, there could be a perfectly reasonable explanation for this. And if anybody has it, please let me know and drop it below. Because now when I put dots together and tell people things and spit facts, now they want to say I'm reaching. I'm reaching. I'm reaching. I'm Stretch Armstrong got this bitch.
always that you've never had a good day in camp with him, ever, in the history of your existence. So, you say you want to fight twice a year? Oh yeah, September, November-ish, October. Oh yeah. Foster get this win. Oh, we the fans, if we can't get Haney or anybody else, yeah, we the fans, if Oshaki get this dub Saturday, hey, bruh, we ain't telling you what to do, but we just saying, oh, because you already know Oshaki gonna call your name. He gonna call your name. He the man, he the one that's saying that you fake. He the one that say he can tap that ass. Easy, Shakur. Yeah, talk is cheap, but you supposed to be that one. Anyways, Tim Desert Storm Bradley, you already know the damn rest.
I don't think Shakur's really had really pressure like this to fight an opponent. I don't think he's really had pressure like this to fight an opponent. But we'll see if Oshaki's able to get past Raymond Ford. We'll see what happens. I think the whole world is gonna be calling for that fight. I think the whole world is gonna be calling for that fight. I don't see how he gonna get around it. He's already, you know what I'm saying? He's already and it's gonna be one of those things where hopefully it's not one of those things where you put the information out there, and then when the public starts to demand that, you come out and be like, oh, why is everybody forcing me? Why is everybody trying to force me? I don't want to fight. Why is everybody trying to force me? Nobody's trying to force you. Nobody's trying to force you to 147. You put that idea in everybody's head. Nobody was trying to force you to fight O'Shaquie Foster. You put the stipulation. You gave him the stipulation, the terms and the conditions that y'all need to fight under. You said, if you beat this guy, then I will fight you. People are going to be expecting you to honor that. That's it. People going to be expecting you to honor that. It's just that simple. People are going to be expecting you, Shakur Stevenson, to do what you said that you were going to do. It's just that simple. It's not going to be no ifs, ands, or buts. I think you wrote it on it, so it's in black and white. It ain't going to be no backtracking, no hemming and hawing, none of that. But we'll see what happens on Saturday night. Shout out to Boxing Hacker with the $10 in the super chat. He says, Shock Foster stated in the interview that the beef started with him and Ford. Him and Shakur were friends, but then he took Ford's side. So the beef didn't start with Shakur like people say. It was Ford. All right, Boxing Hacker. Boxing Hacker with the T, y'all. Shout out Boxing Hacker coming with the T. I haven't said this. Y'all be sure to help support the channel by hitting the Cash App, $ 2 cents boxing. Be sure to let me know and drop it below your 2 cents as we go throughout the live today. We always have a goal of 20 super chats as we go throughout the live. We were able to break the record last week with 32 super chats. So that is the new super chat record, 32 in a single live stream, but we are always aiming for 20 super chats. So if you're enjoying the content, if you're enjoying the layout, the graphics, if you're enjoying the atmosphere, go ahead on and support the channel. Shout out Boxing Hacker for coming through with the T. He said Shakur let Ford off the leash, set him on Shock, but Shock gonna put the muzzle leash back on him. Okay, James. Nope, James. The beef has always been Foster versus Ford for years. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Boxing Hacker. If the beef was always Foster versus Ford, why is Shakur inserting himself? Where Shakur come from? If the beef was always because let me see if I can find this video. When O'Shaquie Foster and Raymond Ford faced off the first time, they wasn't acting all like that. I don't really care where the beef started, to be honest with you. I'm trying to see if I can find their first little face off that they had. Mm. I can't find it. I can't find it, but when I do find it, I'll make sure I show it to y'all. Says no, Ford has more spark in my opinion. Shakur do not want to get touched, always jumping or skipping back out of reach. Well, now that I got more people in here, Tim Bradley said that Raymond Ford is a little mini replica of Shakur Stevenson. What do y'all think? What's y'all 2 cents about that? Is Raymond Ford a little replica of Shakur Stevenson? I'm just telling y'all, that's what Tim Bradley just said. He said he a little mini replica of Shakur. So he sent O'Shaquie Foster to test the waters. Now this is the first face-off they had. Look, they just regular talking. Ford ain't all in his feelings, none of that.
I'm trying to fight anybody. What you talking about? I'm trying to fight everybody. I'm trying to fight everybody. No, because I'm on your ass. That's why you gotta fight me. You got to. You boxing. You eventually gotta fight me. You eventually gotta fight me. It's either get a belt up or fight me.
Shock told him, I'm gonna beat your ass and then I'm gonna go beat your daddy ass. And he ain't do nothing. He ain't get all in his feelings and start jumping out of character. He ain't do none of that. He just was like, man, what up? And kept on talking. So from this face off to now, so much has happened in between that Raymond Ford can't even control his emotions when he get around O'Shaquie Foster. And I just showed y'all his trainer getting into it with Big Baby Miller. Because I was asking y'all when y'all gonna start the petition. Because Big Baby Miller should not have been trying to fight that man. Big Baby Miller is a heavyweight. That man is not in his weight class. And he pushed him with two hands. He pushed him with both his hands. A nice little shove. Pushed him hard and then put his hands on him. They're not in the same weight class. I'm just trying to see if they're gonna start the petition.
Hey, Big C.
Want to let the ladies pull up. Ladies' night. Oh no, oh no. Ford under Shakur brotherly love spell. Oh, I can post the interview. Want to see Cam, or are you gonna keep lying on those panels? Hate it on me for telling the truth. Box Hacker, what you crying about? No, I agree. Ford has more fight in him. Okay, I mean, I don't know, y'all. Does it matter? Because I hear a lot of people was talking about, T.O. dad in the corner and how emotional he was and he wasn't giving good advice. And, I've heard him talk about trainers in the corner and, how trainers, are with their fighters. But I haven't heard people mentioning how emotionally tied Raymond Ford trainer is to this fight. I don't know. What the shit weird. The one that just almost got beat up by Big Baby. Shit weird. I don't know why these guys are so emotional.
Standing up there at that face-off, what did you say to him? All right, Shock, you had the last word to Ray. standing up there at that face-off. What did you say to him just now?
Oh, I told him it's time. All that talking, all that push yesterday, it's time. I walked right up on him. Hey, y'all see what it is. I'm coming straight with it. No bullshit. Hey, it's time, man. I'm ready. Gang, I'm ready.
What did you make of that push yesterday at the press conference?
That shit was soft, man. He damn near pushed himself off the stage, man. He's a little boy, man, and I'm gonna show him that. I'm gonna show him that tomorrow. Him and his whole team. Gang.
You've been at 130 for a while now. You are the defending champion. How do you see this fight playing out?
Man, I'm a dominator. I hear all the 50-50 talk. I hear all that. I'm gonna show y'all his levels, and I'm gonna be victorious.
What are people gonna be saying about O'Shaquie Foster after this fight?
Hey, they ain't gonna be down my skills no more. They got Foden making excuses, so I gotta show them again that I'm the truth and that you can't count me out or think any one of these guys close to me. I'm gonna show them.
You get to do it in your backyard here in Houston, Texas. What does that mean for you?
Hey, I'm hyped up. I'm ready. I'm excited, man. Weight was made easy, man. This gonna be a hell of a night.
Good luck, Sean.
Appreciate you.
Hey, O'Shaquie seemed happy to him. Like that boy just been smiling this whole build up. O'Shaquie, you better not smile, cool, calm, ice water and go in there and get your ass whooped, O'Shaquie. You been smiling and calm and cool. You better not go in there and lose. You've been doing too much smiling. You've been doing too much. You've been happy. Hee hee. Like you just know you finna just go in there and win. You've been laughing it off. He been talking crazy to you. You've been laughing it off. You can't get talk crazy to be laughing it off and then go in the ring and lose. You can't lose. You can't act like somebody ain't nothing. You laughing them off, ignoring them, dismissing them, and then you go in there and lose. You can't do both. O'Shaquie. You can't do it if you ain't know. I just wanted to tell you, O'Shaquie, if you ain't know, you can't been acting how you acting and go in there Saturday and lose. See, and I ain't start saying the whole team of little girls, it's impossible to take any of those niggas serious. Uh-oh. Seeing O'Shaquie needs seeing on his team. He gonna go beat up the whole other side. He gonna go beat up everybody else on the team in stealth mode too. On some Tom Clancy type shit. To go round each team member up one by one, tie their hands and their feet together, pile them up on top of each other. Make Raymond Ford look for him before the fight. Hide him in the locker room closet. Bound and gagged. We got Key with the T on the panel. What up, Key?
Hey, I just stopped. I was like, oh, 2 Cents is on. I forgot. Let me. And as soon as I click on your thing, I saw the StreamYard link. Hey, how you been?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
You feel good or you
And,
feel better?
man, I'm better, Key. I'm better,
Oh,
Key.
Lord Jesus. The other day,
No,
I'm like, no, 2 Cents, no.
man,
I didn't know, 2 Cents. Don't do them like that.
I didn't.
Lord
I
Jesus.
didn't. I stayed off the internet, Key. I stayed off the
Good.
internet because I
Good.
already know it's an uphill battle with that. It's an uphill battle with that. And plus, but you know what? I think we about to get another petition started. I think we finna have to get another petition started. I just seen Big Baby Miller getting into. Matter of fact, Key, let me show you the video. Let me see if I can find the video.
Okay. Salute to everybody. Make sure y'all hit the like and subscribe button. Hey, Boxing Hacker. Hey, Dondrick. Hey, Sin Ironheart.
We was just talking about
James.
how
Uh-huh.
emotional Shakur Stevenson trainer has been yelling and screaming at O'Shaquie, going back and forth, throwing insults, just chiming in and butting in when they beefing. I'm like, what's up with this guy? So then I
Wait,
come across
who
the
did
video.
that?
O'Shaquie Foster's trainer.
Okay. Hey, Lee.
Have you been watching the build up?
I have. I didn't see that part though. I just saw the shove and the little back and forth banter when they were sitting down. I think that was what, yesterday.
Oh, you didn't see like
Um,
the previous press conferences and stuff?
Hey, Mr. Three Fifths. Hey, Ashell. Mm-mm.
Well, him and the manager been getting into it like he about to fight too, talking noise and going back and forth and
You
taking
think
little
that that's
shots.
something?
Huh?
You think that's nervous energy?
I'm just like wondering why is he so mad? Like, why are you so emotional? It's one thing to be like talking noise because you finna fight, but they're like really taking this personal. It seems like
Mm.
just the video I came across right here.
Don't get slapped the fuck up. Don't let that energy shit for you, nigga. I'm putting niggas down for real. Nigga. So just hold my phone, my nigga.
Who is that? Is that who is that?
What I do, nigga?
Big Baby
What
Miller
I do, my
and
nigga?
Shakur Stevenson
Who's the
trainer.
other guy?
Shakur
That's
Stevenson
who?
trainer.
Nigga.
Hey, he kind of cute. Hold on,
Hell
turn
yeah,
up. Wait a
nigga.
minute.
That's Shakur Stevenson's trainer, the one I just told you was being super emotional.
Wow. Okay. So he got into it with
Nigga,
Big
walk,
Baby
B.
on the way out.
Yo, walk out my face, B. What's going on with y'all? Y'all alright? What's going on? What's going on, B? I'm real, nigga. Who you look like that?
If y'all see in the background, this is during the Crawford Madrimov fight.
Like, I can see about me. Like, who? I can see about me. I ain't worried about none of that. I'm not worried about none of that. Nigga, really like you, son, nigga. Your team not like that, nigga. Team not like that, nigga. Brooklyn, nigga. Remember that fucking nigga.
So I was trying to show an example of how emotional that Shakur Stevenson trainer be being. Like he getting into it with Big Baby Miller. And then Key, as I
Oh.
was watching the video, I was like, you know what? Why is Big Baby Miller putting his hands on that man? They not in the same weight class.
Yeah, that was totally uncalled for. Like, and he's not a boxer, so why would you do all
And
of
he the
that?
heavyweight. Exactly. So I was just wondering, Key, when the petition gonna get started.
It won't, unfortunately. Um, it won't. It's not, unfortunately. They're gonna look at it as, you know, two men just beefing or whatever the case may be. Unfortunately. That was definitely
No, no.
uncalled for, and I wouldn't be surprised. Hell, we might get a lawsuit since everybody want to sue. Everybody suing.
Nah, I need the
Shakur coach
petition
might
started.
sue him too. Hell,
Nah, they ain't the same they ain't in the same weight class. I need a petition started. But what's up, Key, with the
that's Ray
tea?
Ford trainer, and Shakur's cousin. Okay.
What you got, Key? What you got, Key? What you got? What you got new?
So,
What you got up? What's up?
okay, so I was going over because I want to give my fight predictions for tomorrow. I'm really excited for tomorrow. I hope you have a really good time tomorrow too, 2 cents.
Me
Um,
too.
I know you're gonna have a good time. And make sure you take your frustration out on anybody out there. You feel me? Like or yell at the boxes or something. But I hope you have a really good time. I do want to get my predictions, but before I do that, because we have a lot, it's been so ghetto. A lot of things I've been coming across. Now, the first thing that has been making headline news is the um, Zuffa, well, the UFC fight card that we have coming up on the White House.
Hmm.
So word has came out, and I'm bringing this up. I know UFC is not boxing, but we talked about this, me, you, and Jupe, about 2 or 3 months ago. And when I say this, you're gonna be like, bruh, we called it. So Dana White could be facing some investigations because it has been revealed that after the deal was made with Zuffa, Trump had bought a astronomical amount of shares in the UFC, like had bought part of the company or something, basically invested in it. So the Security Exchange Commission, the SEC, could be looking at why or if this was illegal, because once Trump did that, it was announced that Dana White was going to have the UFC fight card at the White House. And as we all know, Trump goes to the UFC fights and everything. So we could potentially be looking at Dana White being involved in yet another court case. But
This
we
man is
called this though. We said, like, did we
insane.
not talk about this? Like, look, where is he getting all this money for? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is really going on? There's some backdoor dealings being made,
But Key
and
is
now
so
that has been
obvious.
revealed.
It's so obvious though. Like, am I tripping?
No, no, you're not. No, we have not. We called this, like, I want to say this was like back in January or February. We was talking about this, me, you, and Jude. And now it has been revealed that Dana White, you feel me, probably did something strange for a piece of change with that UFC and everything. So we could be looking at Dana White getting in trouble, basically being investigated.
Let's see if this has anything to do with what you're talking about right here.
In the West. All right, Vince. On this show, we tackle a lot bigger issues than most would do. And that's what we're going to do right now, because there has been this lawsuit that is coming. And it's a little convoluted. I'm going to try to make it as plain as I can. But basically, back in 2023, and Vince, this is the reason why Tony Khan was very hesitant to answer these questions with us when we asked him about buying WWE. So basically in 2023, Vince entered into a deal with Ari and TKO to basically guarantee him a spot in the company after the sale, which you can't do. And when you're selling it, it has to be.
I mean, all this shit Dana be doing, and when people just want to just overlook it and be like, we love white scammy niggas in boxing and we don't care whatever they do, we're okay with it, la la la. Like, they're
Yeah.
doing all kind of craziness.
They are doing a lot. They are doing the most 2 cents. And I wouldn't be surprised. The person that reported it, he's very he has a lot of sources in Washington, DC. He's the one where I was able to get, he had posted the paperwork filing for when Dana was in trouble for removing certain evidence, remember? For that UFC anti was that ruling, that court
Antitrust
case he
law.
had. Yeah. So now he's reporting that they are looking into some backdoor dealings that's going on with Zuffa and all of them. And one of the allegations is that Trump, you feel me, greased his palms a little bit financially. You understand? So it's heating up. So I'm not surprised that they gave this person to a seat at the table as well. All of those are illegal. He's absolutely right. You cannot do that. But man, this administration been wilding.
See what else to say. Let's
Because you
see
have
what else to
Juke, come
shareholders.
up. You
And
missed it.
if
Come
you
on.
have 10 pieces of stock, Vince, and you're voting, then you want to have as much money for those 10 pieces of stock as you could possibly get. Okay?
Oh my God, Key. So they was getting all this crazy stock before all this go on so they can have more of the voting power?
Yes, and that's
Oh
only, and
my
he's
God.
talking about in 2023. Now we fast forward into 22. Dana got some stuff on his hands. Juke, come up, girl. You missing it, girl. I
All
got to
right,
get
here
you
we go.
caught up. We got to get you caught up.
So basically, they were doing a deal with TKO and all these other players like Tony Khan and his company. They didn't have an opportunity, and they could have raised the price so stockholders got more money. Am I being very clear so far?
And it could have turned into a bidding war.
1,000%.
Yeah.
It could have got way above the $8 billion that they ended up paying. Could have got to 9, 10, 11. Could have been 15. Who knows? So basically, that's what happened. So today was a big blow to Vince McMahon, to TKO. And Vince, some of these people who are showing up, these witnesses, have you seen the list?
I did, yes.
Vince, Ari, Shapiro. You've got other people. Stephanie Triple H, Brad Blum, Nick Khan. And so here's the blow they took today, Vince, is that the judge, or what they call the chancellor, found that Vince McMahon and Nick Khan destroyed evidence in the merger lawsuit.
Again?
Laster is the guy's name, found that McMahon, Khan, and other WWE executives used Signal. It's an app that auto-deletes text messages, which wiped out messages they had a legal duty to preserve during this process. The courts are now going to treat 5 damaging facts as being true because they erased them, so we don't know if they're true or not. So the courts are saying they are true, and it's up to everybody on this side to prove that they're not. Vince, this could be a hundreds of millions of dollars mistake by Vince and Nick Khan and all of these different people. And I'll read you the quick 5 ones, and then you're going to have plenty of time to respond. Ari's promised to provide Vince with a continued role at any post-merger company after transaction influenced Vince's decision-making with respect to the merger. Basically, you're going to have a job, so I don't need to go anywhere else.
Yeah.
Ari's offer of indemnification and other legal support related to Vince's misconduct. That was a big deal. Vince decided to pursue a transaction with Endeavor before the company initiated the strategic review process. Basically, the deal was done without even looking at anything. Khan communicated with Emmanuel between August and December of 2022 to facilitate a transaction between WWE and Endeavor. And finally, Vince and Khan worked with an advisement firm, Rain, to steer the process towards a deal with Endeavor and away from other potential bidders. Vince, they now have to prove that this is not true.
Wow.
Without any evidence.
Let me ask you this. When you talk about this Signal and it erasing, messages, can those messages be retrieved, or are they gone? They're gone forever.
That's why they said that these are now considered true statements. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. But Coach,
let me pause it real quick. Deep breath. Wow. They doing a lot. They're sloppy too. They're really sloppy.
Why do they keep erasing messages? If it ain't Dana, is now them. What up, Queen Jude, man?
Hey, how you doing, 2Cent?
What's up?
Hey, Key.
Hey, Queen, how are you?
Good. I'm getting caught up trying to find out what y'all listen. What the heck done happened now?
So let me go ahead, 2 cents.
No, I was about to say I'm gonna let Key with the T kick it off for you, but some more corruptness with TKO, Dana White and them. Go ahead, Jude.
Child.
So Dana White, so it was revealed earlier today, that Dana White, when he came out with the Zuffa and UFC, all that reconfiguration that he was doing last year, and up to this year, that Trump had invested money or stocks into UFC. And so that is looking like they're trying to get him for insider trading. And once he did that, the paper trail is that Dana White will, had agreed to put the UFC event on at the White House. So there, we could potentially be looking at Dana White being investigated either by the SEC, the Security Exchange Commission, or by Congress due to what he, that business transaction and everything that Trump and his family had did into the UFC. And what I was saying was 3 months ago, probably like in January, if the chat rewind, like go back January, February, when we was doing one of these shows, all 3 of us, I said we called it. We were talking about Dana White, if you recall, Drew, and these business dealings. I think it was around the Paramount deal and everything. And we were saying, man, how were they getting all this money if, the paperwork revealed this? Who was backing them? Like, we were asking these questions and talking about it, and now we're finally getting the answers. And now this video is deeper. Go ahead, 2 cents.
But we had read that article about somebody suing them for insider trading. not too long ago, I had read an article about them suing them, getting sued for insider trading, and I told the chat then, Dana White, now he not only about to have antitrust lawsuits, he's about to be under investigation by the SEC for the
Yeah, I
insider
remember that.
trading.
I remember that. I remember that.
Because like I don't know, like I really don't understand like if they untouchable or what, because they sloppy with this, in my opinion. Go ahead, you.
Yeah, I think they. I think. I mean, think about it, who the administration that we're currently in, right? They pretty much have the last say. I mean, you do have, because at the end of the day, the people who oppose Trump, right? They have a minority of seats. So when you have these committees who have to go over these cases of antitrust and all these issues, I mean, it really depends. Like you, so I will say one thing. It depends on also like how it goes through the court system, because I mean, one of the reasons that has been holding Trump back a little bit, or this administration back, is because right before Biden left, he put in a ton of judges. But if it reaches the Supreme Court, yeah, that's
Yeah.
knocked it out, right? But in the interim, like let's say it doesn't reach the Supreme Court and has all the other federal layers of court, then yeah, they could potentially get in trouble. But they have like Trump has just really been, but it's so slow, right? He's really he's kind of like just got so many things going on. The courts are backed up, so you can get away with stuff for a very long period of time before it even makes it there, right? So I don't know, but I'm not surprised. I mean, at the end of the day, this man, it's just I don't know how many. I don't understand why people are rooting for him. Like he is corruption. So they're like, oh, I don't like the Belts, they corrupt. Well, what do you think he's gonna do? So that's crazy. But insider trading, I remember us talking about that. But now he's erasing text messages. I've heard of Signal. I thought Signal was supposed to be something that like it erases whatever, and you're not supposed to retrieve it. But apparently that's not true. But apparently,
Well, no, I guess they can't retrieve it because they say they're gonna treat it as if it's true.
oh,
They're saying whatever y'all was saying ain't true. Y'all gotta prove it ain't true because we believe it now since y'all deleted the messages.
you know what? That yep. Because then it's like why'd you put it in there? Because now it's kind of assumed if you put something in Signals because you wanted it right. So yeah, that's the problem with it now. I can see that. Either way, this is a hot mess. But it makes sense why he got his money,
It's
because
ghetto.
it's a hot mess. It's so crazy. Everything that they thought was gonna happen when Obama got into office is what happened under Trump. I mean, because I don't know if y'all seen the White House lawn. It looks a mess. They got they building cages and stuff and all the stuff for this fight that's about to go down. It's just one big Ponzi scheme at this point, because that's what it seems like. But
Absolutely.
I mean, where are the people in the chat? Like, yeah, 2 cents, you was right. Yeah, 2 cents, you did say it was good. Where's all those people at? Because they can't wait to come up, hop in my chat and tell me I'm wrong about something. I'm just waiting on somebody to tell me I'm right about something. I told y'all this man about to be investigated by the SEC.
I
They
wouldn't be
don't play this
surprised.
type of shit.
I wouldn't be surprised that once, and I've said this on my social media before, um, once the dust settles, if we make it up out of this with our sanity and our constitutional republic in place, it's going to be a lot of indictments, a lot of people going down, right? But I wouldn't be surprised, though, like to keep it on Dana White and all this craziness that they doing with TKO and stuff. I wouldn't be surprised, ladies and gentlemen, if Dana White or Nick Khan, one of them stepped down. You feel me? Because the heat will be just absolutely astronomical. Like it is, I wouldn't be surprised if we hear lawsuits. We seen that he had to pay out over $300 million to his fighters last year for their lawsuit. Don't be surprised if more money is going to be coming up out of this man. You know what I'm saying? Out of UFC's bank account. Like that's how like crazy this is getting, y'all. And not to mention, can you imagine how much they lawyer fees are? Like, bruh. Oh my goodness.
no, I agree with you. It's kind of like if you make it on the other end, they're trying to make it so what we never do, right? But if it does, it'll look something like I don't know if I'm pronouncing correctly. Remember the Nuremberg trials that happened in like Germany?
Yep.
After all the dust settled, because it's just so much, like I mean, it's so many Ponzi schemes that it's really just taking all the money, taxpayers' money, and just shuffling it off to other countries, other entities. That's all this is. And that's why everybody keeps talking about, oh, this Zufa, all this money they have, and all this money they have, and getting paid. I'm like, y'all believe anything. I don't believe. I think they're putting these big price tags. The fighter gets one portion, and the rest is funneled off to who knows where. That makes the most sense, especially now they connected with this. So I'm not surprised at all. Apparently, I don't know. It's just like at this point, people don't care. They just want to be right. And you're right, 2Cent. They should be in here saying, "Dang, y'all been right for a long time." Because one thing I've noticed is that the only two cases that got people in here talking and running their mouth every 5 seconds was one, the Tank situation. Two, when Floyd sued Showtime because they want to try to find a way to connect it to Al. But the second that Floyd has the other lawsuit against the very man that helped him sue Showtime, it was mute. Now again, mute. It's like certain cases matter, some don't. They're all about integrity and all this until it is not supporting their claim, right? And this is like this is insane because this
is insane.
This is insane because you're talking about when you're dealing with the federal government, you're talking about our money now.
Yeah,
we talking about the
money now.
SEC.
Like,
Y'all playing with the stock market. Y'all playing with the stock market. They talking about the SEC.
And remember, Vince McMahon had all them allegations against him. And then miraculously, his wife is now running the Department of Education. And all of a sudden, certain lawsuits are officially being dismissed. He had sexual assault allegations. They were pretty serious. And
half the administration does.
Yeah, I think, that is definitely true. And now look at where he's sitting and look at the stunts they pulling. And it hurt my heart that he mentioned Triple H and them. Lord Jesus. Like, I was such a huge Triple H fan.
He said
when
they're
I
a
was
witness,
younger.
though.
As a witness for who?
He's a witness, so I guess I don't know.
Like, is Triple H and I'm you think Triple H and Stephanie McMahon is gonna throw their daddy and father-in-law underneath the bus? That's the
He said they
question.
was witnesses. I thought that's what he said. But let's
Yeah,
finish the
he said-
video. Let's see what he said.
Okay.
TKO probably has a legal team of the equivalent of OJ's legal team. And when you're going in there with messages that were erased and you can't recall those messages,
correct.
I don't know how you could assume. I mean, Vince McMahon can turn around and say, yeah, these messages were I was talking about my NDAs and I was talking about that side of it. Now, that would be believable. I just don't know how you would be able to assume that that's what the text messages were about.
So basically what it is, Vince, is they're assuming the worst.
Right.
Because they're not there.
Right.
And so if they were there, then they'd be able to say, no, that's not what we did. Now, without them being there, it's on Vince and Nick Khan and TKO to prove that they were not in doing this thing that they've been accused of doing. Because right now, the plaintiffs are the shareholders.
Right,
They're the people, right. So to me, this is a big blow because Vince, how are they going to prove that they didn't do it when all of these text messages are gone forever?
Yeah, I know. It's yeah, I mean, it's tricky, Coach. But again, just knowing the money they have for a legal team, I don't know, man. I just don't know. I would assume, me too. I would assume that's why the messages were deleted. That's what I would assume. But how do you prove that?
Because that's what the app does. So Producer Man says it's not just that they were deleted. The app signal allows you to set it up so the text auto erase.
Yeah.
Showing they don't want it trackable. And it's the fact, Vince, that they just didn't go in and erase they used an app to do it.
Yeah.
Which means it was intentional.
Yeah.
And if anybody's watching right now, you're saying, well, what's the big deal of this? So the shareholders, Vince, could make potentially hundreds of millions of dollars. And it begs the question, who is at fault?
I'm about to go short they stock. I'm about to go short they stock, Key.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, that looked like the play.
Who pays it? Is it the company that will pay the losses? Is it the individuals that will pay the losses? Because the shareholders, And I can understand why Tony Khan would be a
shareholders
little
want their
bit
money.
upset. They want a fair fight.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a fair fight.
I'll tell you who's going to pay the losses.
Who? What?
Who? Oh, it might have been the end of the video. Let me see. I think that was the end of the video. Damn, why would you end it right there, bro?
Because it's not the shareholders. The shareholders want their money.
I know they didn't leave you on the cliffhanger like that.
Yes, they did.
Like, and stay tuned to next episode. Let's get pull one of them 19.
Hold on, I'm gonna have to find this video now. Shoot.
They pulled one of them 1980s cartoons. Does he live? Does he die? Stay tuned next week.
Like it's the Pink Panther or something.
Right, they pulled the Pink Panther on you. I don't know. This is all a hot mess. But yeah, Signal, remember what back that? Didn't the guy who's over the Department of War, it's no longer the Department of Defense, the Department of War.
Pete Hexer.
Yeah. Wasn't he the one who accidentally
did that signal chat? Yep. For the Houthis. Yep, for the Houthis last year.
He actually added someone else to the dang on signal chat, and the person passed information on, and it was all kind of security secrets, stuff that could really put everybody at risk, the whole country at risk. Just willy-nilly.
And they put the blame on somebody else instead of.
Yep. So I mean, those messages deleted, but it don't matter because the person could screenshot them before they deleted because he wasn't supposed to be in the message, I guess. So, or in the message group.
Man, that's crazy, guys. That's crazy, y'all. Like, I don't know. We're gonna see what's gonna happen with this TKO thing, but it's a lot surrounding it. It's a lot going on. And to be honest, if I was a fighter, I would be fooling with that too much uncertainty right now. I mean, but maybe they're not paying attention like we paying attention to what's going on. Or maybe it's not, and maybe it's not gonna affect them. We don't know, but hell no, I would be like,
I wouldn't
no.
want to be anywhere near it. I feel like we keep having these type of boxing outfits coming to boxing. Is a quick flash in the pan. I'm not saying that's what TKO will be because, of course, the people who are around it are more more established, have long track records in other sports like Dana White and all that. But we keep seeing stuff like, remember, what was it? The whole Kinahan thing. He had MTK Global, and then they called it something else, and then everybody went over signs to them, and then that fell apart. They had to run over signs to somebody. It's like it keeps happening. You had the whole Triller thing. Everybody ran a Triller, and then like these flash in the pan, these people who are just trying to make a quick buck. It happens, and then like now you're like, look what happened to Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury has not been able to come back into the United States since. He hasn't been back in the U.S. since.
Mm-hmm.
And so my thing is that I wouldn't want things to be involved, but even if you don't pay attention on the whole more political side, the fact that Opentie don't have his belt still should tell y'all something. The fact that we just saw the order that came out should tell them something. But if they don't pick it up, then I don't know what to say. That's on them.
Yeah. So what do y'all think about that order that came out? What do you think about that, Ju?
I think it's hilarious because it's the timing. They were like, bam, because
that's who Jai Opetaia was supposed to fight next. Was talking about fighting next, correct?
Yeah, they had just literally. I think it was 2 hours before the order. It was reported. I think it was about one of those boxing channels. I can't remember whom. That they were in talks, and they had a video of the guy. I forgot his name. He has a short name. I can't remember his name. Was calling out Opetaia, and so then 2 hours later, WBC was like, "Gotcha, me!" And it's like, we gonna go ahead and order Benavidez real quick. I mean, at the end of the day, we know that everything's political, and at this point, like KO says, they are in a war. Everything's political, and my only thing is that we can't complain. Well, most people can't complain. You know why? Because no one had an issue where WBC ranked Bud to fight Canelo. I wasn't mad at it because, hey, let Bud do his thing. I'm happy he beat Canelo, right? But should he have been in a position to fight him? No. No, he shouldn't have, of course, because he hadn't even fought at 154, 160 yet. I mean, he hadn't even fought at 160 yet, right? We've seen the rankings do what they do, right? And so they're gonna fight for their. I mean, we can't. It's crazy to not think that the WC is not gonna fight for their own survival. This man has said, my intention is to like this completely take over, make you obsolete. We saw what happened at Canelo versus Bud. Him was the WBC belt. So to expect the WBC to not fight for their own survival and legacy is crazy. So I'm not surprised by it. It shows me that they got some gutsy and they not playing. And it also shows me that people are saying, "Oh, we can get these fights and the Zuffa belt can be on the line and blah blah." Well, it don't seem that way because if I'm understanding this order correctly, the gentleman Noel, he will either have to fight David or they're gonna yank the belt. To my understanding, right? So even so, he can fight. He can go ahead. He can make the decision to fight open tie. He's just gonna be fighting for the Zuffa belt and the Zuffa belt only.
So he's gonna fight for the Zuffa, or you gonna fight for the WBC? They making them pick.
Right, they're making them pick, and I'm not really mad at that because at the end of the day, people can't be mad at I can't be mad at traditional boxing or any of these sanctioned bodies for doing this because they're not. They were working with Turkey. They were working with everybody. It was Turkey and TKO that went to Congress and said, you know what, we want to make our own league, our own gala. We're gonna take you over. You did this. You drew a line, and now they're saying, okay, well now you can't cross. I don't blame them. So I'm happy they did it. I have a problem with it because what's the point of creating your own boxing, your own league? If you if all you're gonna do is try to like poach fighters, and now you want to fight for their belts. No, you made a decision. You decided to be your own entity. Do it. You can't rely on me and what we built over 60, 70 years.
I mean, exactly, and I mean, you just listen. I think we should be mad at Dana White for giving y'all exactly what y'all didn't want, which is a new belt and a new side of the street. I'm not gonna lie, that is so funny to me. Like that is the most ironic thing that could have came out this situation. When I told y'all the whole time, you're just getting a new belt and a new side of the street. What are we like what?
We
Y'all
got
sat here and said
a whole new
the
country
whole time. But can you imagine Jupe and Key, somebody constantly telling you they're not going to do what you don't want while doing what you don't want, and you saying that they're not doing it?
Right. It's like everyone was like, the problem is there's too many belts, and the problem is there's too many sides of the street. Oh yeah, it's great that Turkey not only he created another side of the street, he created a whole other continent. And now instead of just crossing the street, you have to cross a body of ocean. This is what boxing needs. And now the people who said, you know what, I don't want to be on this land anymore, I want to go on this other side of the ocean, are saying, yeah, although we said we want to be on the other side of the ocean, we need help from the ocean. We need help from the land we left. Like let's think about this. Hey, I'm independent and I'm gonna leave you, but I still need you to pay all my bills. Like that's crazy. That's what Zuffa's doing. It's like, hey, we're independent, we're our own thing, we're gonna take over, but we need to unify with you guys to make us legitimate. Because we can't build on our own like y'all did from scratch. Why can't anybody do what the WBA, WBC, IBF, etc.? Why can't they do what they did from scratch? Why you need their help? Then you didn't. So it doesn't mean. So Zuffa, they're like Zuffa taking over. Zuffa not taking over. Zuffa are some. They acting like warfare queens.
I mean, but they think that they can propagandize their way to the top, I feel like. So I'm hearing some people are upset about this. What do y'all think? What why would people be upset about him getting ordered to fight Benavidez? Wouldn't you want him to fight for the actual WBC belt versus the Zuffa belt?
I think well, first of all, For me personally, I've seen what David Benavidez. We've all seen what David Benavidez is capable of, and we never. I never heard anybody say we want to see David Benavidez fight. How do you pronounce his name?
Jai Opataya.
No, this guy on the
Oh,
screen.
Noel.
Yeah, I think it's no like Nicole something. We never said that. We've always wanted Jai Opataya. Always. You know what I'm saying? We've wanted Jai, we wanted Baval, we wanted Baturviev, and what's the other guy name that we wanted Benavidez to fight? Somebody else I'm missing.
Bivol.
I already mentioned
Bivol.
Baval. I mentioned him. I'm trying to think of the others, another guy too. Anyways, but these are the main people that we wanted to see. And that just lets you know, especially with the Jai Opataya, that certain fights transcends belts. You feel me? Like it's really just a great matchup. It transcended belts. It transcended, you know what I'm saying? The accomplishment talks. That's a really good fight. That's a very interesting fight. And now with this other guy getting the fight that they've ordered, it kind of puts a damper on things because nobody has said that they wanted to, that people, you know what I'm saying? Like this was a curious fight for them. Nobody really was stunting that. And then and I land my plane here. I also think with David Benavidez, it is going, and I hate to say it, I feel like David Benavidez has been trying for so long to get these marquee fights, to get these big name fights. And if it wasn't Canelo, now it's Bivol. Now if it's not Bivol, it's Batar. Like it's always been something going on. Finally, Oscar De La Hoya, like, okay, cool, let's make the fight with Big Zordo. And we get that fight. Great, you know what I'm saying? It was interesting while it lasted. But I always feel like David Benavidez is like certain people are gonna, you know what I'm saying, give him the short end of the stick. And so I'm not surprised that Jai Opataya was snatched from him. You know what I'm saying? Again, because they were both in agreement, or so I thought. Like Jai Opataya said he will fight David Benavidez. David Benavidez said he will fight Jai Opataya. So now it's like now we get another road, another nail in the road. You feel me? In which the tire got it, and now with the wheel is slowing down. That momentum for David Benavidez is slowing down once again, and this is like 3 straight years in a row. And I don't like this. I don't like what they're doing to him, you know? And so I'm praying that after this fight, it should be a quick fight. Shouldn't go past more than about 7 rounds. I'm praying that after he's done handling business with this individual, if this individual gets in a ring with him, I'm praying that we can finally get those marquee fights that we've been wanting. We also have to remember that Bivol and Baturviev are older. Baturviev is about to fight tomorrow. I mean, not Baturviev. Bivol is about to fight tomorrow. Baturviev should be coming back, I think, like in over the summer or towards the fall, something like that. I forgot. But they're getting older. And so I really want those fights for Benavidez to really stamp his legacy because he has all the skills to pay the bills, like, and he's a great fighter. So that's what I have. What do y'all think?
I don't think in my opinion, I just can't take nobody serious that's saying they want these big fights and going to Zuffa. Like I just can't take you serious. Like then you over there like, oh, the fight should be easy to make on my side. It just don't make sense. And he has belts, so that complicates the situation even more. So you're gonna run the Zuffa and then put all these obstacles in the way and say we could make the fight. Like, I mean, he said we could make the fight if the business line up, if this and that happened, but really, Jao Pataya made himself irrelevant going over to Zuffa because you don't have no belts. And this is definitely, in my opinion, not a fight that's transcending belts. Like this is a fight people are asking for, but I don't really think there's no big fight like that. Jao Pataya versus David Benavidez. I don't think it's no big fight like that. I don't even know really why people just such a high demand for it. I don't see shit Jai Opataya gonna do with David Benavidez. But
I was about to say that I think Japatai is a good fighter, but it's not the big fight. I think people are trying to make it seem like it's a big fight because they want Benavidez and other traditional fighters to yield to Zuffa. It's a good fight. Is it a big fight? No. I don't think him versus Jao Patai, and I could be wrong because I understand that I think Josh from New Zealand, he does have his own fan base. Does that fan base, is it bigger than the Mexican fan base? I don't believe so. I don't believe Benavidez versus Jao Patai will be bigger than Benavidez versus Zerto. So everybody, oh, it's just a huge fight. It really isn't. Alpatai is more of a like a boxing purist, like us hardcores who watch more boxing. Yes, the average person, like the casual fan, there's a lot of casual fans who do not know who Jao Patai is because cruiserweight division has not had really steam since like the most time cruiserweight got attention was during the Holyfield days. Second most was during the Usyk. It was never a huge division. It's never been a premier division. It just hasn't. Okay, so is it a good fight? Yes, I do like it. It's just that we don't. The problem is that a lot of fans don't know a lot of the names at Cruiser because people don't pay attention to Cruiser. It's not because they don't have good fights. People just don't pay attention to it. It just is what it is, right? People kind of just stopped at like 175 because we knew that Bivol and Better Be because they were champions for so long. And I think that's what it is. But at the end of the day, I'm okay with the fight because you know what? People's gonna be okay with it if Jao fought. No one's complaining when Jao gonna fight. I don't have a problem with it. I would have loved the fight, but at the end of the day, you can say I'm cool with words. Actions speak louder than words. Jai took his butt over there. He heard what they said. He still went over there. And now you're talking about, oh, we can still make the fight, and I got 2 belts. No, you don't, Jai. You don't have 2 belts. No one counts that freaking Zuffa belt. They just don't. You did this. And I'm sorry, Benavidez has worked too hard to now do all this. And then I've said this for a while. I'm not surprised this happened with Jao Patai because the same thing happened when he was still at 175. When he went over there to Turkey and he's supposed to try to fight Callum Smith, and then suddenly Turkey didn't have enough money to give Callum what he wanted for the fight. Remember, Mr. Unlimited Money? That was intentional. Because I already know what he said. And he set up for Bivol versus Smith. He was not going to let Better Be fight Smith or Bivol. He just wasn't. They tried to put him in a corner. So at this point, I'm fine with it. Go ahead and unify. That means one more belt from undisputed. It is what it is. I like Jai, but he is not that big. One, he has no belt now. So he has no belt. He's not that big of a name. He won't even be David's biggest fight. He won't. So he's gonna go through all this rigmarole to fight someone who, one, don't have a belt. 2, is not the biggest. He's had bigger names. Now he's bigger names than some of the other guys, but he's not that huge where it's like, oh, this is worth sacrifice. This is like life-changing money. It's not. Let's just be real. I think Jai's amazing. But it is what it is. So if Jai wants that fight, he needs to get an understanding with Zuffa, leave Zuffa, get that fight, do what you gotta do. If not, he did this to himself. That's not on Benavidez.
I mean, we're gonna see what happens with it, but I mean, it's just like the whole there because I see what's happening. This Benavidez a duck and this and that, and I'm like, come on, y'all. Like, this is not gonna work.
No one believes he's a duck. They're just this is propaganda to try to force Benavidez. No one believes Benavidez is a duck. No one. The duck is Jai because it could have been next. Jai signed to Zuffa. He's the duck. You've been in traditional boxing all this time. You had no issues. Now you leave it. The person who left, the person who decided, you know what, I'm out of here. I'm gonna make it more difficult. You are the duck. So I'm not even like no one, even someone who say, oh, Benavidez is a duck, no one believes that. They're just working for Zuffa. They're just pro Zuffa. Maybe they're getting a little change. They probably AI, who knows? No one believes Benavidez. Of all the people that Benavidez fought, Jao Patai so scary. I saw his last fight. It was cool, but come on.
Exactly. It was barely cool. I was gonna ask y'all something. Damn, I forgot what it was. Y'all. Key with the T, what else you got? What else you been caught up on?
Okay, so after that, after the whole Dana White scandal, and I agree with what you guys said about David Benavidez and everything. Here is so a lot of people are Scratching their head at Lamont Roach. So Lamont Roach did interviews today for Fight Hub TV. Of course, he's at the Oshaki Foster and Ray Ford fight. And when he talked about Keyshawn Davis, he said, let's see if we can make weight on that. Keyshawn Davis, obviously, he's a fat boy, right? So they like, okay. But at what weight? Because Keyshawn, I'm still trying to figure out what weight Keyshawn is really trying to vie for. Is it 147? Is it 140? What are we doing here? And then I also found it very interesting that what is his name? Them fighters that's about to fight for um the vacant belt. I forget their names. I'm having a blank tonight. But they're fighting for that, and a lot of people are like, "Wait a minute, why isn't Keyshawn fighting for that belt?" So the rumor is that Keyshawn could be fighting Devin Haney, at 147. So, which fight do y'all think is better, for Keyshawn? I know we talked about him last week and trying to figure out, who he is as a fighter. Is he under Shakur Stevenson's shadow and everything else? Would y'all would rather see a Lamont Roach fight, for Keyshawn, or would y'all rather see a Keyshawn versus Devin Haney?
I don't think he gonna fight Devin Haney.
I mean, Keyshawn looks. I like Keyshawn at 140 right now. That's just me. I think he look good. He look healthy. He can go to 147. I feel like 147 because it's a premier division. They're trying to pull everybody up to get some names back because they know 147 is trash. But you can't like. I feel like there are people trying to rush 140 pounders up to save the 147 division. But that's on y'all. I don't know what to tell y'all.
Well, 140 is a stop through division. That's why nobody be there long because you grow out of 140 quick.
That's true. Well, I will say this: back when it was like Regis and Taylor and Ramirez, they stayed for a minute. They stayed
I
for a minute.
mean,
You know,
that's
I've
because
seen
they was
people.
too. They wasn't good enough to go to 54. They ain't had no choice.
Yeah, they were probably more close. Well, I know Regis
I mean,
was.
47. I said 54. They ain't have no.
Oh, not Taylor. Taylor definitely should have been at 147. But even his own old trainer said, hey, the reason why he didn't was because he lost his advantages. That's the
Yep.
reason why Taylor was so great. Taylor was huge. All of y'all was saying Josh Taylor next to Bud, he was huge. But
It's
I'm just saying,
crazy.
yeah, he was. Man, Taylor was huge. And after the time, he stayed there too long. And I think that's why I think that's part of why he declined. His body was ready to
Yeah.
go, and he wouldn't let it.
Mm-hmm.
But Regis, yeah, true 140 pounder, almost 135, but 140 pounder. But yeah, I think I like the way he looked there. I think he looks good. He just got there. I don't have a problem with that. I still want to see. I know that like, oh, he'll win and he might. I still have a hope. I always want to see him versus Frank. I don't care. I know. I wouldn't mind seeing him versus Roach. I think that's a really good fight. I don't mind him and Roach. I just think 140 just got more going on, like way more like better fights to make than 147. So I feel like I like when the division has a lot of talent in it. I don't think we need to split it just because 147 pounds ain't got nobody to fight. Like Devin, I don't understand why we keep pulling folks up for Devin to fight. Ryan's right there. He's right there, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Like, figure that out.
Yep. And then to keep it on, with the speaking of the Oshaki Foster and Ray Ford, there was a video that was released today showing the ring size, and some people are complaining that it is small. Now, this is
Wait
gonna
for
be
the Oshaki Ford fight.
yes,
Wait,
yes.
hold on,
There's
y'all. Be sure to punch that like and subscribe button. I got 62 people in the building. I need 62 likes. Be sure to help support the channel by hitting the Cash App at $ 2 cents boxing. Make sure you let me know and drop it below your 2 cents in a super chat. And we are trying to reach our goal today of 20 super chats. We are currently at 19. We are currently 19 short away from the goal. So if y'all enjoying this content, be sure to help support the channel. It's ladies' night. It's ladies' night. Cash out, super chat, however you want to support the channel. But at the very least, punch the like and subscribe button. Go ahead, Key.
I put the link on where I seen the ring size at. And some people are complaining that it's super small. Now, the last time um, I've seen a super or a small ring was with Shakur versus Zapata. Who remember that? That ring was like, yo, because they really wanted that to be a brawl. Now, we saw Ray Ford shove Oshaki Foster. Oshaki Foster laughed it off. I think this is going to be a very interesting fight, you guys. And I'm worried that I'm worried that mm,
32 in the
that Oshaki Foster might. I just don't want Oshaki Foster to be on a back foot because Ray Ford is going to bring the pressure. Um, what do y'all think with that? Because I'm trying to. I'm still, I got my picks for tomorrow, and I do want us to go up over that. But my concern is the aggressiveness of a Ray Ford. What do y'all think?
You know what? Before I can even assess the size of the ring, it don't look stable. Why like it's on stilts?
You see it?
Am I tripping? Why it look like it's not? You know how you have like a really old bed frame? Like what? Why
Yeah.
it look like if they both in a corner somewhere that the whole thing gonna flip over and collapse. I don't that don't look secure to me. I'm sorry, I just can't help it. That's what I'm saying. From what I'm looking at, it does look smaller than average. It can be standard, but from that picture angle, it does look small. But the bigger concern, yeah, like y'all don't think that's weird on the little legs?
Yeah, that's super. I don't think I've
Why
seen
so
one like
skinny?
that.
I don't like that ring.
Is it
Seen
leveled?
them- I've seen them like that before. It's supposed to be level, and then they got the little stairs. They put the stairs
I
for you to
mean,
walk in.
if the corner run and trip and kick that leg, the whole ring is going down.
Maybe they not done yet, y'all. Maybe they not
I
done.
hope not. That just look really, like fold out lawn cherish. I'm not liking the ring.
But we do got to say congratulations. It's looking like that Oshaki Foster and Ray Ford is about to be a sellout of over 7,000 people. So congratulations to those kings, man. That's really
They
good.
already sold out 71,000 seats. I mean,
Oh, it's
yes,
71,000. I'm sorry.
7,100. I mean, 7,100.
Okay.
Salute.
Yes.
Oh, that's what's up. Salute to them. See, that's what I'm talking about. I love that they this has been an amazing build up. They've done a good job selling this fight. They've
Shoot.
done
How
everything.
did not to cut you off, Queen? How was this build up better than Keyshawn versus what's his name last week? How the heck did this happen?
I know. Now, that is right. You'd have thought that would have been hot.
I mean,
Like
it's like they had a gag order on Albright, and Keyshawn was acting like, oh, la, la, la.
Keyshawn wasn't talking as much. I felt like, and you're right. It was so. I expected that build up to be a little bit more heated, but this has been like to the point where it's hot. Like I mean, like they got beef. Ford own Colson, like he got beef. Like
Exactly.
yeah, it seemed like this.
Everybody got beef. Hell.
Yeah, this has been an amazing build up. Like they really talking their stuff, which I love and respect it. I think this is going to be such a good fight, and I love that they did it. That's like off the strength of them too. And I know like you got the whole Shakur thing in the background, but they really are. I love that they didn't like. Also, I love they wasn't talking about nobody else. One thing I love about this build up, they're not being asked. Like of course, Shock is asked about Shakur a little bit, but it hasn't been like overwhelmingly about someone else. It's just them two. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, I love that.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, they hopefully they like 2 Cents said they're probably still setting up. But of course I'm gonna bring it to the people of what they're complaining, their concerns is with that ring. That'd be crazy though if the ring is small once we see it tomorrow. And it's like a Zapata and Shakur ring where they got to fight. I don't know if y'all remember that, but a lot of people were raising concerns then, like, dang, they finna make Shakur not run. He gonna have to really stand there and fight. So that's supposed to be, that's the ring tomorrow for their fight, and I'm excited. This is one of my most anticipated fights.
It is. Maybe it's the angle key. I'm
Maybe it
hoping it's the
is,
angle,
yeah.
but I don't care. I don't like them legs on that.
It look a little wobbly. It look
Yes,
like
it look
in
like
the middle, if you jump real good, you will fall
yeah,
through.
and like if you jump, it's just gonna collapse. You know how like when you go out, those little foldable chairs in the bag, and you bring
Yep.
it to festivals with the little legs. That's what them legs remind me of. I know. I'm sorry. It probably got nothing to do with anything, but I don't like the way this look, and I've never seen a ring. Maybe because they have that little cloth around it, and haven't been seeing it. I assumed it was like completely solid at the bottom.
Yeah, yeah. So let's see what they gonna do tomorrow. Otherwise, we gonna write a good letter to the Houston Commission.
Right to the commission. This is a health hazard.
Exactly.
This is
This is a
unsafe.
health and safety hazard. Speaking of health and safety hazard, so last week I reported that Sugar Ray Leonard had the police called to his house due to a break-in and entering by his son, right? And so he has came out and said and claims that his whole family is terrified of his son. I guess his name is Daniel. I guess Daniel started using drugs, unfortunately, and became violent and began to steal. So it's looking like he's not gonna bail his son. Like it's looking like he want him to do the time, and that his son came over wilding out. This is a very unfortunate event, especially with our boxing legend Sugar Ray Leonard. And of course, you don't want to see your loved one, especially your child, go through that. I don't have any children, but I do have family members that have been strung out for a long time. They will probably never be sober. I pray that they do. I don't know what God's going to do for their life, but I do have cousins that when they come around, you do got to put your purse up. You feel me? Like I do have cousins, you know what I'm saying? Where, you know what I'm saying? You got to
I
keep
think
them in one
everybody is.
room.
I think everybody has. I don't care what racial. I don't care even what wealthy folk. There's some klepto in there.
Exactly. You feel me? Like you got to keep them in one
Every
room. You got to watch them in one room. So I don't know if they've tried to get him rehab in the past, so I'm pretty sure they have. But it's a really sad situation. So y'all keep y'all thoughts and prayers in with Sugar Ray Leonard and stuff he's going through with his son. I couldn't imagine. And I think he's only about 25 years old, y'all. He's young. He's a baby. He's only 25 years old and already going through that stuff. What y'all think?
That's crazy. Like, that sucks. That has to suck. So imagine, like, you work so hard. Like, Sugar Ray Leonard is one of the most amazing fighters I've ever had the privilege of witnessing. Not in my real time, like I was a little kid then. But anyway, the point is that it sucks that like you did everything to be. I mean, he bought everybody. You went through so much to like gain success, to take care of your family, and then for your son to turn out like that. And I'm not saying it's not anybody's fault. Sometimes you can train a child up perfectly, but you know what? There's other influence besides the parents, and so to see that now he's being kind of tormented or stressed out by his own child, like that's heartbreaking. That's so heartbreaking to hear. Like he should be enjoying his time, as an elder, enjoying all
Yeah.
his accolades and sharing it with his family and friends. And the fact that he got to go through that's terrible. Like I wouldn't wish that. That's terrible. And it's just like crazy. Like think about growing up and I think the problem is that sometimes when people grow up and you never had to fight for anything, you feel entitled and you end up getting into things. And I don't know what happens with folks who grow up wealthy. I don't know because I sure didn't. So I don't know, but I've seen that a lot with like people who are, so people blame folks who live in poverty. I can understand that. But I see this a lot from like celebrity children or people who are wealthy for a long time. They just spaz out and just do all kind of madness. So, and prayers to the legend. I don't even know what to say about that one.
Absolutely. It's super. I agree with everything you said. It's super sad, and I'm just again, I'm with you. I pray for him, man, because that's a tough situation, especially I can only imagine you thinking you chilling in your house, you got somebody breaking in, and then next thing you know, it's your dang on son. Like, bro, and then you gotta call the police. He became violent. Like it's too much. It's too much.
And,
But
and
again,
that's gotta break his heart. Like as a father, I know that would break
absolutely.
his heart. Like that would.
How do you think Michael Jordan feel about his son? Because his son.
Oh my God. I think people I don't I think it's I read this article before, and I think it's different when the person's the one who's earning the money, like really earned it. But it's this article about how like they talk about the psychology of certain people who are like ultra wealthy or they grew up in wealth, they never knew poverty, and how it does change. I'm not saying this is the case, but how it changes your brain function. And
Mm-hmm.
I want you to look at. I mean, you probably heard of it before. 'Cause I think that's your field, right? Um,
Yes.
it was so amazing because they were saying it's almost identical to people who are like serial unalivers. Like it changes your brain chemistry. Like they did a
Yes.
study about how like they saw the people who had the super wealthy cars, and they did a study like pretending to be like pedestrians, and they were showing how like people with raggedy cars are more likely to like yield for pedestrians. But if you had a Rolls Royce and they could tell that you're in a wealthy neighborhood, they were less likely. Like it was crazy, like the study they did. So I wonder if that got something to do with it. I don't know what it is, but I'm not saying that all wealth it's not. Of course, this is not. I mean, like all wealth people are like this, but at the end of the day, I'm assuming it has because like if you grew up in wealth and you got all these benefits, you didn't have to like struggle. You would think that like, okay, I'm gonna use this opportunity and and further my life, and I might not want to go in the same direction my father or my mom, whoever went in, but I'm gonna just, you got a leg up. And so, but it seems like it's so also maybe because it's also the access that gets them addicted or something. I don't know what's going on, but that's just sad. That is his heartbreak every day, and you don't want to hurt your son, but I mean, you got to protect yourself. You're elderly now.
Yeah. Exactly.
What else can you do?
Exactly. You ain't lying. And then speaking of protecting yourself, oh God, this be pissing me off every time I got a report on this man for the past few months because I just don't understand where he's going. Adrian Broner. So AB is of course wanting to do a comeback fight. And he's been doing his streaming stuff lately. I don't know if y'all seen it with Dean the Great. Dean the Great the other day was recently arrested for robbery. It's looking like that case might be thrown out for the details that's coming out from the people that was there. Of course, it happened. I guess it happened with a female, which I continue to say I don't know why they continue to set themselves up like that, being around, a whole bunch of women all the time and doing these type of antics around them. If you guys recall last week, fans were in an uproar. It was trending. This video got hundreds of thousands of views of Adrian Broner inappropriately groping a young lady. And now this week, Dean the Great is arrested for allegedly attempting to rob a young lady. So, as we know, Tank came to the show, came to the compound to see Adrian Broner, not Dean. Let me clear this up. It wasn't for Dean the Great. He don't care for Dean. He don't care about that boy. He came for Adrian Broner. Now, as y'all know, Adrian Broner and Tank has been friends for a very long time. And his team, Tank's team, has trained Adrian Broner in the past. And so it's looking like if Adrian Broner is serious, this is what I'm hearing. Coach Calvin and Coach Kenny wouldn't mind training him again, but he has to be serious and get himself together. Well, after the arrest, Adrian Broner got on went on live and streamed and was drunk and eating, where you could actively see people in the comment section telling him to log off, bro, go sleep it off. And I'm just disappointed. I'm gonna bring up Adrian Broner when I can, because I don't know who listens to these shows. It could be one of his friends, one of his family members, somebody that gotta connect to him, to let to really raise the alarm. Like, yo, get this man some help. You know what I'm saying? Like, get Adrian Broner some help. Like, I would love to see Adrian Broner return to the ring, but not like this, and not hanging around the people that he's hanging around. It almost seems as though that they are enablers. And it also appears that they have some self-control issues. You know what I'm saying? And the party, the type of people that they're hanging around, I just don't like it. So, that's where I'm at with it with Adrian Broner's reported return to boxing. And that's how I feel about the situation. What y'all think?
I think I think 2 Cents. I think she said this earlier. She said that this, when it comes to Adrian, this streaming thing could be a gift or a curse. I think you said that earlier, 2 Cent. And I agree.
Yeah.
Like, I don't, I don't really watch streamers. I don't get the allure of it. I don't want to just watch you doing your day to day stuff.
Exactly.
I got day to day stuff to do, and maybe that's an age thing. And I only heard about it because Tank was on there, and of course it went viral. So, but if people apparently pay to watch, I don't know how to make money. I don't get it, but whatever. Uh, I I feel like I don't like seeing Adrian just drinking like that. Knowing how athletic he was and amazing. It's just, it sucks. I would be okay with him doing it, like if they like going to the gym. I don't know. I don't like it, but I know he had an issue with some girl because he groped her or touched her, which he shouldn't have done. It's just like I feel like in the environment he's gonna be put in, it's gonna bring out his absolute worst inclinations. And I really just also understand, like, I mean, we've known for a while he has a drinking problem, and that's like this is just feeding it. So I don't get it. Um, what I will say that kind of warmed my heart a little bit when I saw Tank go see him. Tank, like, he didn't want to be mic'd up, like he was really trying to talk to Adrian, like pull him to the side. You know what I'm saying? And I love seeing that. But I don't really know about this streaming thing. I wish Adrian would just come back to boxing, but I think that a lot of what's going on with what happened with Adrian's boxing career is mental, right? Because he has the skill, he just don't throw his hands anymore, which I feel like, I get it, but I don't know how much damage he's doing to his body. But now you got this Dean person. I've never heard of him a day in my life. I guess he's the streamer, right?
He used to be a boxer, if I'm not mistaken, or wanted to fight or something like that. He used to call out, if I'm not mistaken, that is the same one that used to call out Shakur,
What division?
Tank. Wasn't that him?
I don't know. What division do you fight in?
I've never seen him fight.
I was like, 'cause I know a lot of boxers, and I don't remember him. So I don't know. I just like it's a whole bunch of random. I don't get the streaming thing. I don't get it. But hey, if Adrian Broner can feed his family and make money, I'm fine with it. But at the same time, I hope it don't. It's not to the point of cirrhosis. It's not to the point of like you just drinking yourself. Because what I'm hearing is that that's all they do on there. I don't get it. Like, do they do challenges or something? Is it like reality TV? What are they doing? I saw
I
the
think
same
they
thing.
do challenge. They just hanging out, Juke.
People watching folk hanging out.
Imagine you recording yourself back in the day with you and your homies, getting ready to go out, drinking, partying, hanging out. That's what they doing.
Why would I watch
People are
that?
people are watching other people party and hang out.
I mean, to a degree, I get it, but like,
But see, this is the thing though. Let me say this about Adrian Broner, right? He's fucking hilarious. Like Adrian
oh no, he's
Broner
always been
is
hilarious.
funny as hell. Like
Yeah, he is hilarious.
he is his comedic timing is on point. Like he's very intelligent. And the thing with highly intelligent people, they're very self-aware and they know what they're doing. So it's almost kind of like that's why nobody can really tell Adrian Broner nothing. Like you can say it to him, but he's very aware of what he's doing. He's not in a
Yeah,
position to where it's like you know what I'm saying? Like he don't know, he ain't aware he got a problem. He needs to be like he's full aware of what he's doing. So if you ask me, he's consciously making a decision to do this. And when you come across people like that, like nothing's going to happen until they want it to. Period. He hear y'all. He know he shouldn't be drinking. Like he knows all of that. Adrian Broner is not an idiot, by like not at all.
oh
And
no, I
so,
don't think. I hope I didn't come off like that. I don't think.
no, you didn't. I'm just saying, like how people keep saying, like the drinking, the drinking, the drinking. He was drinking before he started streaming. He's not gonna stop drinking because he started streaming.
No, but my
Whether
but but my thing is 2 cents. When you are actively writing messages to your fans, you writing these whole paragraphs that I'm having to read. You are training, you're doing all of this, and then at nighttime, this is what you do, or throughout the day, this is what you do. You're sending a conflicting message for people that still want it, you know what I'm saying, that still believe in you. And then I have to ask myself, I have to question him, like, do you believe in yourself? You know what I'm saying? Because what is it? What is not clicking? He's already wrote messages saying, you know, nobody's helping him. He's done several interviews now where he said he's blew through $40 million, taking care of his, I think, what's like 10 kids or so. And now he's saying that his bank account has never looked better as a streamer from what he's doing now. Like, okay, make up your mind. Do you want to just do this and be, you know, a streamer all day and have these antics where you're cussing out people, you're cussing out women, you're cussing out men, you saying that you're going to slap them, and or do you want to be serious and get your life and get everything in order? Because at the end of the day, like I saw somebody in a comment, they said that, oh, have these women sign NDAs. That's not the problem. Should nobody, if you kicking it, if y'all just chilling, what you need an NDA for? You feel me? Like if you, unless you're behaving inappropriately, which now he's been caught on camera doing this 3 times. You know what I'm saying? So like, and you know, like you got to make up your mind. Like don't quit feeding into the. It's either you gonna get into boxing, you really serious about it, you gonna get back down with it, or you're this is gonna be your life. You hanging around people that are half your, you know, almost half your age, hanging around these youngsters that can afford to tax their body like that because they're young. You feel me? Like you not no spring chicken no more. And you should have your priorities and other things in
No, that's a
place.
good point, Key. I'm sorry, as you get older, the nicer party become a little harder. Okay, I'm just saying
Exactly.
that's a
But
great point.
exactly. Who do you know if Adrian Broner was to walk in a ring tomorrow, that man would be a negative. He'd be a negative 20,000. Okay. Like
He'd be a plus
I mean
20,000.
a plus 20,000. He would be a plus 20,000. Like, bruh.
Only because he's going to get, like, I mean, a random person on the street, no, but a professional boxer who training, yeah. I would just say this. I agree. I think he know what he's doing. But and I remember, like, I don't really watch this stream stuff, like y'all said, that people just watch people. That's so weird. Cause like we just like I was outside, so I don't know. I'm still outside. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, I don't get the idea of watching somebody have fun when I can be having the fun myself. I don't get it, but whatever. If they want to do it nowadays. But what was getting me is that, okay, Broner, you're doing all this. I don't have a problem if you making your money, making money. The other clip I saw that went viral was him cussing a woman out because she didn't want to kiss him or something. And it's like, what the heck is wrong? Like that on camera and you doing all this extra stuff on camera. It's like, why are you doing this? Like, you're just, I just, and then y'all said this Dean person went to jail. I just don't want a situation where he's in jail or really in trouble. And that's my concern. But you know what? It's his life. He know what he doing. When he get back in the ring, I'll comment. I'm just kind of, you know, it like Tank was trying to tumble on something on the side, you know, and I look, it showed me that's so crazy. It went viral because I don't watch stuff like this. It went on my feed, but you know, I'm just praying to Broner. Hopefully, he get his stuff together. I'm happy he making money. If he don't want to come back to boxing, that's fine. But I think that Broner is funny enough on his own. He's charismatic on his own to like stream without the extra stuff that's gonna cause chaos to his life. You get what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. But hey, it's his life.
Yep, that is true. I agree with everything. I agree with what both of y'all was saying. It's just, it hurts me because that
Do
was one
y'all
of
be
my.
watching the clips? Do y'all be watching the clips? First, I was like, man, ain't be tripping. He doing the drinking. Then I start watching them clips. I'm not gonna lie, man. That shit is funny. I'm like,
I only saw
where do he come up
two
with
or
this
three
stuff?
clips. I saw the first one I saw was he went off on a lady for not wanting to kiss him. I didn't know that was a streaming thing. I just thought he just happened to be at the party and someone caught him. So I'm assuming
Nah.
I
See,
didn't know.
when you watch it, you will understand better what's going on, and then you will realize those people that they're around know what's going on too.
Okay. I saw that clip, and then I saw the Tank clip, which, you know, because it's Tank. So of course, like,
Well, that shit went ultra viral in
Yeah,
seconds.
it was like air, like it was crazy, and he didn't even say much. He was just looking around, and I think he had a lawyer with him. Everybody kept saying it was his manager. I don't that I've seen Tank's manager. That wasn't his
That
manager.
was his lawyer dressed like that?
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
It was somebody, but that's not his manager. I've seen his manager is a Black American dude. I don't know who that guy was, but he definitely was
It was
like
giving handler, but okay.
he was something. Maybe he had to. That was his version of trying to dress like the cool kids. I don't know. You trying to. Maybe that was Simon C. Steckel in there with his his party gear on. I don't know, but it was somebody who looked very legalish. So, but it was good to see them interact and sort of love between each other, and him trying to tell. I think he was whatever he's trying to whisper to him, whatever it is he didn't want it on camera. I saw the people around him looked excited to see Tank. Super dumb viral. I agree. So that's all I've really seen.
I'm glad you brought that up, Drew, because we can switch gears real quick. How crazy was it for TMZ after Tank went Michael Jackson viral for them to drop that story about him having a warrant for his arrest
Well,
from
does
something
he
that
have a
happened in
warrant?
April?
Does he have a warrant?
He has was it a warrant? He has a bench warrant that was issued in April on April 23rd. And
Yeah,
they decided to drop it after he went super viral
yeah,
and make and insinuate. See, what they did was drop the story and insinuate that
This was like a
him,
new case.
yeah, no, they insinuated that him being on the stream caused for him to get the arrest warrant. So then people started saying, "Oh, because he was with AB, he shouldn't have been with AB. Now he violated his probation, and now he got a warrant." That's what they like tried to make all that seem like. But really,
Oh
all they
Lord.
did was it seemed like they held on to some paperwork, and when something happened, boom, let me drop this story about the arrest warrant, even though we knew back in April 23rd that this shit was already been put down the pipe. So
yeah.
Well,
I'm just
yeah.
I
curious,
think in the
why do y'all think they did that? Is it one of those things like don't think you can come outside type of situation? Like what was that a like a whip, like get like down, like get back over there, boy. Like what do you think you doing? Go back inside. Cause I just think that that's strange that they did that, and then all of a sudden it went viral. Tank in trouble again. Tank shouldn't have been on the stream. Tank should have been there. He need to be focused. Y'all know how all of that go. So I'm just curious, like what made them decide to do that? Like what was the motivation?
What you think, Jude?
I mean, it could be multiple things. It could be that they saw him outside and was like, "Oh wow, we thought he was going through a court case. Let's Google." Saw the bench warrant from a month ago and reported it as new because you don't want to admit that you're behind. It could have been that either way. It's still messed up. They could have just been on some. You know what? He's out. He's going viral. His name is hot. We need some views and clicks, and we're about to report this as new information because you know what? It's business first, right? Because technically we're not lying, right? Technically we're not lying, but we're just presenting it in a way which kind of gives us some plausible deniability. It could have been that. Uh, it could have just been straight up sabotage. Who knows going on? I don't considering what's going on in the country now. I would not be surprised if certain people pay certain people to post certain things at a particular time. I don't, because the article not only they insinuate that that could have been it, but they literally state that it's a warrant from the case that's going on in Florida, but that's not true, right? And this was so, and it had nothing to do with the stream because the bench warrant they were talking about was over a month prior to him going viral with AB, right? It had nothing to do with it. So they're just reporting on something very old, but it made it look like, oh, he's in trouble again. And all the comments, oh, he's in trouble again, when it's just, oh, it was a bench warrant. And since that bench warrant, Tank lawyers responded back and forth. They're arguing about what it is she needs and blah. It's just a back and forth thing. So it's just the fact that, yeah, it could have been either of those things. TMZ, I don't know. That was kind of weird. That was very weird, and I do think the timing of that. It seems to me the timing of that is tied to the fact that his name was viral everywhere, and they want to. And to me, I was thinking if you're a person and you survive all clicks and views, you want to capitalize off of him going super viral and say, hey, since you're Googling Tank, now you can post this and click on me, and then I get paid for those views. It just to me is like a money grab, and that's just my take.
I agree with everything that you said. I think they acted on the viral moment to attach their name to him and get some clicks and views going. I also believe, honestly, I also believe that I wouldn't be surprised that if it was, because there's this notion going around, there was a question asked, and there's this these thoughts going around that Tank Davis is no longer relevant to boxing. I don't know if you guys seen that. It was a video about a couple weeks ago, and they asked that question, and there was a consensus amongst these group of individuals, these few people, that said, "Nah, he's not relevant." You know what I'm saying? And so I wouldn't be surprised if there was a push to continue to make him no longer relevant and put him in that light. And now I see why Tank moves the way that he's been moving. Because if you really think about it, about 4 or 5 years ago, at least that's when I remember it, when he was with Ari from Chicago, and now she's with Moneybag Yo. Tank was everywhere. He was on videos, he was recording himself, he was doing all kind of, you know what I'm saying, just living his life and everything. And then, or there was that about 6 or 7 years ago, one of the two. And over the years, especially as legal issues has occurred, Tank has become very recluse. He's very mindful of who he do interviews with, if he does them at all. And not really showing how he's moving or his location. He don't speak on anything. You know what I'm saying? He kind of just really don't care. And with him coming to that streaming, which everybody was shocked at, especially coming there for Adrian Broner and having that conversation with him off air, off or at least off the mic. Um, and I'm told that they've been keeping in touch with each other and everything. Um, I'm not surprised that TMZ did that. You know what I'm saying? To like 2 Cent said, like get in line, like what? Because remember, they put out the video when this whole situation happened with this young lady. They broke down the video and some of the stuff that you're seeing, like when as the video was playing, the commentators from TMZ, they're like, oh my God, look at what he's doing to her. This, like, they're making it so much more dramatic and worse than what is actually on the video screen. And to be honest with you guys, that video that came out that was released, because I think it was TMZ that put it out there, the video that came out of this altercation between Tank and this girl did not rise up to the occasion, because so many people thought what was painted out there already. So many people thought it was going to show the exact thing that was being painted, or at least be worse. And when it came out, it kind of laid an egg. It was kind of a dud. And so I'm not surprised that TMZ is trying to clean that up and attach their name to that situation, because they are the ones that put that video out. They commentated on that video. Nothing happened. Then you had Tank do the countersuit, which was unfortunately dropped. I was upset that that was dropped from that. But you don't, it's not about winning a battle, it's about winning a war. And like I told you guys months ago, Tank is gonna have to fight this. This is a battle. This is gonna be a war right here. And so I'm not surprised that TMZ did that. I'm really not. They've been doing stuff like this. Every time some Tank Davis situation comes out, that they are the first ones on it. So it could be to, you know what I'm saying, like Jupe said, attach your name to it, you know what I'm saying, for the click, the cloud, you know what I'm saying. It could be what 2 Cents was saying, to tell them like get back in line. But I also believe it's like a redemption points for them. Because what they did with that whole altercation between him and that young lady, how they did that was very distasteful. And what we saw in the video, I think it just did not rise to the occasion of canceling Tank or not supporting Tank. And if you guys see those numbers that, like Jupe said, that he did with Dean the Great a few days ago, how many people tuned in just to see him and was talking to him, that just lets y'all know, like, yo, this man's star power, no matter, you know, with all this craziness he has going on, this man's star power has went nowhere. Like nowhere. In fact, because Dean and I guess streamers, they touch a different audience than what the average YouTuber or, you know, other people do. You know what I'm saying? Like what we do. I wouldn't be surprised if his notoriety or his marketability probably increased, especially if he was to continue to do stuff like that. But Tank has put himself in a position, which very few fighters have. It's only a few of them that can do this. But Tank has put himself in a position where he doesn't need to be in everybody's face and doing the videos and doing all that constantly, because you just know the name. So that's how I feel about it.
I mean, he just showed his face for 2 seconds. He ultra viral. Like you don't
Yeah.
even you're not gonna cancel somebody like that. Like, I don't
Nope.
know what they're thinking. Like you're not like what are we talking about? Come on, man. Y'all stop it. But yeah, since y'all had brought that up, I wanted to get y'all 2 cents about that situation because I thought it was weird. I had to come and make a video real quick about it because I'm like, come on, the narrative pushing the narratives are getting just lazy. Like the narratives are lazy, and then they just spending a bunch of money to spread them.
No, it
That's what's
is.
happening right now.
And I think the integrity of journalism, like we already saw it, we already see it, we've been seeing it for years as boxing fans. Like boxing has the worst reporting of any other sport, but connected to everything that's happening with all the laws and everything changing, it's just that like reporting and journalism has gone, because it used to be like you can really rely on TMZ for some stuff. I know they're more tabloidish and they don't really report on like important stuff. They just more celebrity focused, but like the integrity of journalism is just, this is an example of why it's gone down because no one stopped to say, like you have like people like even you 2 Cent and KO whatever who will actually like do the research. They're not doing that. And the fact they would put that out, okay, there's a point in TMZ, like, okay, I mean, it's fine to put it out, like, hey, we didn't realize that he had, you know, they're not following like the sequence of events. They're not reporting it correctly. It's all narrative shifted. It's just like, and that's a very dangerous situation to be in. And I also contributed to all, and I'm a contributor all the way back to that whole Paramount deal with the Saudis and all that. Once one group starts buying up media companies, like remember, I'm buying boxing. This is why I said I hated the fact that Turkey Al Sheikh bought the ring. All this is connected. When people start buying up media entities, the reporting changes. We look at countries and everybody think it can't happen here, and oh, voting don't matter and elections don't matter. Okay, people like it don't matter if you think that until you're in a situation where you can't get out. Which is like if you look at other countries, like the media is sold up. There are no separate entities. Like one group or one person owns all the media vehicles, all the magazines, all everything. And so if you want a different message or an independent message, it will never get out. And I'm starting to think that that's what's happening. I don't know who TMZ is owned by. I'm not saying that they're in cahoots or nothing. It could just be pure laziness, right? But like the Ring magazine, right? We were saying, oh, they report stuff that's not right. Of course they do, because it's owned by Turkey Al Sheikh. This is why, as citizens, as fans, as just people who pay taxes, whatever, this is why you have to be involved, because you once you let people take over the media, it's a wrap. It will be so hard to differentiate what's real and fake. And this is what bothers me about people say, "Oh,
We
I don't really
already
care about."
there.
Yeah, we really are there, and that's what bothers me about people say, "Oh, it don't really matter." It don't matter. It might not matter now because you missed the boat. Like, you don't get into a dictatorship overnight. It happens over time. Like it slowly happens, and people sleepwalk. Oh, this don't matter. This don't matter. It don't matter until now you don't have any choices, and every day you just lose less. You have less and less and less rights, less and less freedom, less and less information, less and less. Like you sleepwalk yourself into it. It don't. Oh, this don't matter, but then you want to complain about $5 gas. Well, don't complain because you said it didn't matter. So all I'm saying is that I think that's part of like I just think the whole TMZ and how they reported that is connected to a larger issue that's about to start. We're about to start seeing even more media. We already been seeing little small imprints of it, but I think that's gonna be a bigger thing, and I think reporting is just about to get worse and worse and worse.
Wow,
Yep.
wow, wow. Key, what else you got for what other tea you got, Key?
Yep. I agree. I think it's definitely. I think. I think it's all going. Man, it's going to be crazy. It's definitely going to be crazy. Speaking of, okay, so um, I didn't have a chance to talk about this. If y'all don't know, Upper's daughter graduated this week. So he was unavailable, unfortunately, for the rest of the week. But shout out to Upper's beautiful daughter and congratulations to her. But I
Congratulations.
wasn't. Yes, I was unable to talk about this whole fiasco, and I'm sure that 2 Cents have this week, which is the Shakur Stevenson and Kid Austin Jr. Now, I'm concerned. I really am because what he is essentially putting out, Kid Austin Jr. or Senior, what he is putting out are lawsuit words. Okay. Now, if you've been living underneath a rock, Kid Austin Sr. has revealed not only the discussion he was having with Tank Davis in his inbox, which I'm like, why would you, what? Lord Jesus. And we all know how Tank mouth can get. Okay. Tank is not, he is not a PG. Okay. He will take it, he will call you all kind of names, derogatory names and everything. So of course he put that on blast. And Tank, one of the comments that Tank said was, bro, you pulled out of a fight. You know what I'm saying? With Shakur. Like, why am I taking you seriously? Pretty much like that's what the implication was. At least that's what I got from it. And Kid Austin Sr. decided to release these text messages, pictures, and the VADA test results, which showed that Kid Austin had Molly or ecstasy and another drug in his system, which he's saying that, or at least implying, but I'm basically saying that there was some funny business with that whole Shakur situation in Dubai. Now, if y'all remember, leading up to that fight, or lack thereof, Kid Austin Sr. was also accusing Shakur team of all kind of things, from vandalism, vandalizing the car, passports and stuff being stolen. It was some craziness that was going on. And now we get these VADA results. And the implications behind this is very serious. And the things that he is saying, like he's putting out the messages about his son being drugged and what they're going to do to rectify the situation. And from an impartial standpoint, I'm looking at both sides and I'm remembering these things of what led up to the fight and everything. And the only thing I could think of is legal. If you guys are in Shakur Stevenson position, do you ignore these type of things and just don't respond to it, dismiss it, and just say, "Oh, he was just scared"? You know what I'm saying? Or do you address it and send a cease and desist letter, letting them know, let's stop? Because he's also done several interviews from Mill City Boxing and other channels, and and put up videos about this whole fiasco. And he's been talking about this for months. And now he's put out the evidence. And I'm concerned because this is kind of low key painting Shakur and them team in a bad light. You know what I'm saying? Like, this can make people look at them funny style. What do y'all think about this? Or can this make Kid Austin them look funny style? Like, bruh, you lying. You know what I'm saying? Like, why you just putting this out now?
Auntie Skull already looking funny style, but they already for funny style. I don't think nobody believes them. For Shakur to even just come out, he could file a lawsuit just to like shut him up. But what damage is he incurring or anything like that? It's not. He getting paid the most money he's ever made. So, and he's a public figure on top of that. But nobody really paying Auntie Skull them no mind. Even if you look at the list of the drugs on there, some of that stuff be in your system 2 or 3 days. It ain't no way it would have still been in his system from when he got drugged all the way to the time and when he went home and got tested.
Okay.
I don't even think some of them drugs finna stay in your system that long.
Okay, because I watched, I think Kale covered some of this, but I was like, I had just got in. So let me just make sure I got this right. So the whole situation with Schofield and Shakur and the fight fell out. Schofield's team is saying that they were poisoned.
Oh, hold on, y'all. My bad. I got some super chats. I ain't even seen them.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Shout out to E Holla with the $20 in the super chat. Shout out to E Holla. He just supporting the channel. Just putting my favorite color in the chat. Shout out to E Holla. Shout out to J Mar Skywalker with the $10. He says, for the ladies and channel, excellent work. Shout out Randall with the $1.99. He says, for the cook. Shout out Randall. All right, go ahead, Drew.
So just to make, because like I know that someone put out some type of test results. I'm assuming that was Schofield Sr. putting out some test results. So they're still sticking by the whole thing that they were poisoned. But who reported they had Molly in their system? Like that. Who reported that? That was
Kid Austin Sr. He put out the paperwork.
That's what it said on their drug thing.
Yeah.
So he's saying that he had Molly in his system.
Can somebody please send me the paperwork?
Because this is why I question it. And I'm not okay. So this was a sanctioned fight, right? And I'm assuming that one, like some I don't know who was the commission, but I thought
the British Board of Boxing, the BBOC.
Oh, I would assume that the British Board of Boxing, because I would think that would flag as a failed test, right?
Correct.
That should have flagged as a failed test if you had something that strong
in your system.
Yeah, but it has flagged even though he was out of competition for cocaine.
Were they tested?
That's my question now. Are these fights in Saudi Arabia? I understand that the
Kid also said he said that they were tested in Saudi Arabia. I think he said the hospital in Saudi Arabia have the paperwork.
But this is what also concerns me about those fights over there. Okay, so you got I don't understand if it's Saudi Arabia, why is the British board over it? If it's Saudi Arabia, it's a completely different continent.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't have their own, like Saudi Arabia doesn't have their own commission.
Saudi Arabia don't got no boxing.
That's like a fight happening in Japan, and it's the Nevada State Athletic Commission. It doesn't make sense.
Yep. They don't have their own commission.
This is my thing with the fight. Nothing's ever made sense to me when it comes to commissioning the fight. It never made sense. Why is the British board over? What jurisdiction do they truly have in a whole other, forget country, continent? It's a different continent entirely. That doesn't make sense to me. That's one. Number two, okay, you mean tell me you tested positive with Molly, and even though the fight didn't happen, okay, I would think that would have been oh, you tested positive for this thing. And then another thing that's crazy about that, I would think you would be barred. And I'm wondering, is that why he's barred from Saudi Arabia? Because a lot of those Middle Eastern countries, I don't know about Saudi Arabia specifically, but I know that the rules, a lot of those countries, if you test for any of those type of drugs, like the penalty is way harsher than like the United States.
Oh yeah, I think
harsher.
He could have been put to death or something.
Yeah, let me tell you something. I went to Singapore. The penalty for certain things, even if it's marijuana, depending on how much, and certain drugs is death. So they don't play those games. And like they're known, they're the city of rules. Like I went to Singapore, like you can't even look like you inebriated, okay? You gotta really play by the rules and fly right. Well, I had a good time there, don't get me wrong, but still. And I don't do those things, but I mean they were saying like I have a friend who lived there and she was a girl, they just like executed a person because I guess they caught them with so much, so make sure you don't let anybody put it in your bag. Girl, I unpacked all my stuff and repacked it just to make sure anybody plotting nothing on me. I don't know what the hotel was trying to get me. So
locked up abroad.
Yeah, and that's a girl terror.
That's a terror of mine. Oh my God.
It's terrifying, right? Because I remember, I don't know if y'all watched that show, Locked Up Abroad. So
yes, I did.
And even when I went to Egypt, I was scared to drink because they were like, "Oh, you can drink, you just can't be inebriated." And I didn't get anything beyond tea and water, and so I saw other people drink and not go to jail. Once I saw that they didn't go to jail, I said, "Okay." Like the end of the trip, I had a little glass of wine, but they are very strict. A lot of those countries, they're very strict about that. So I would think that if you had Molly or anything crazy like that in your system, that I wonder like they might bar you, especially if it came out later. So that just doesn't. I'm not saying that he's lying, but like who would take the chance to smuggle that over there?
I'm saying he lying because why is they drugging you with Molly and ex-wife? Why you got so many things in your system? Like, and my question is, are these things you drug a boxer with?
But either they did, the risk of taking something like that into Saudi Arabia and getting caught with it could be like life. Like you can completely ruin.
Oh, you saying the person that even drugged them was
right? I'm saying why would they even take the chance? I'm not saying it didn't happen, but like that's something I wouldn't even attempt to do because let's say before you even able to poison him and you get caught with it, now you're in jail for life or something or executed. Like that doesn't make sense.
Imagine how they smuggled it in. Yuck.
Like how'd you get it in there? Right.
So that means maybe it was somebody in Saudi Arabia that did it. They didn't have to sneak nothing.
But okay.
Because 3 fighters got sick on that card.
I was about to say that. That's the only reason. That's another reason why my antennas raised because 3 other fighters did get sick. And if I think wasn't it Virgil? No, it was no. It was 2, and then there was one that they kept private. We still don't know who that third person was. Allegedly, there was rumors floating around at that time because I remember reporting on it that there were people that and some people speculate that it was Virgil Ortiz that he didn't feel well or something like that. It was somebody. I know that. Or Madrimov. It could have been one of them, but
it was one of them heavyweights. Was it Parker? It was
could have been Parker.
It was one of them heavyweights got sick.
No, heavyweights was one of them, but the one I think because remember they said Madrimov was sick. Wasn't Madrimov on that card?
Yeah, there was. It was Madrimov, Virgil Ortiz versus Virgil Ortiz. If I'm not mistaken. But what I'm saying is there were people. There was somebody that got sick. And that's what made my antennas rise up. Raised
somebody
up
in the comments said Dubois. That's right.
Right, Daniel Dubois.
Yeah. And Dubois got sick. I knew it was a heavyweight.
And there was some controversy because they were saying they didn't want that fight. They didn't want Dubois to fight. Who was he about to fight?
Why he said they ate camel meat? Shut up.
Ramon Selly. Hey, on the money line. Hey, Kamani.
Stop the madness. Shut up. I think that all I'm saying, I'm not saying you can't be poisoned, but I'm just saying if you want to poison someone, you got to get it from there because I think it would be very risky to try to bring a drug over and risk.
But I don't. But ecstasy, I don't think it's gonna make you not be able to fight. Is it?
I don't know what these drugs do, but yeah, the certain fights might make you like. That's what I'm saying. When they busted Benavidez for cocaine on years ago, I said, shoot, I don't know if it will like help your performance.
Now all the fighters in the 80s was fighting on cocaine.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, you know what? You might not be able to feel nothing.
Fighting and cocaine in the U.S. versus Saudi is 2 different things, friend. I don't know.
I don't know, but apparently you probably won't think about it. What if you don't pull the punches? What if you?
No, I'm asking, is ecstasy going to hinder you fighting? Because I was saying like fighters was fighting on cocaine and shit. Like Why can't
We
you
need
fight
to
if
ask
you take
Oscar De La
ecstasy?
Hoya. That's what we need to be asking is Oscar.
I don't know what the different drugs do. All I know is that I was told you ain't gonna ever catch a crackhead. Like if you're not no disrespect to people who own that particular drug, but like they're
No disrespect to the
faster.
crackheads. Shout
You're
out to them.
fast. You'll never catch them.
And
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I guess for me, like, because I wouldn't be
Wait,
surprised
wait.
if go
Cash
ahead.
Crypto says, since when is Molly poison?
I'm be honest with y'all. I don't know what Molly is. I just know it's something that you're not supposed to
It's
take.
a pill, and it causes your body to
It's
overheat.
MDMA.
It
It's
can
a
cause your
chemical compound that does something like releases a bunch of dopamine from your brain or some shit like that. So I'm trying to figure out how would that stop you from boxing?
I don't know.
Why
I
would I
I
drug
don't
you
know,
with
child.
Molly in ecstasy to stop for you not to be able to box? Like I
Maybe
don't
it'll
think
make
it
you
takes away your
drowsy.
faculties.
Would it make you drowsy or something?
No, it make you stay up. People
Oh,
take Molly and stay up for days at a time.
does it make you paranoid?
That's crack. That's crack. I know crack when I
No,
hear
I don't think it does any of that. It's like a
it.
I
party.
don't know.
It's like a party
I don't even know
drug.
about the old school drugs that I heard that I seen people on all this new stuff. I don't know what it is. I just make I don't know. I don't know what it does, so I can't tell you.
And it's like it's a party drug, so it's not even a downer. It's like a upper. So I don't understand why you would give
Maybe
somebody
it'll
that
make
before a
them.
fight.
I don't know. You have to consult a
Ramon
scientist.
said ecstasy is speedballing in a pill form.
And do
Lord
we? I don't know.
Jesus.
You know what? We supposed to know what speedballing is. We don't know what that is
Hey,
either. So that's not a good
hey,
comparison.
you got a bunch of women who just drink water and mind their business. We don't know what all this stuff is. We went to parties just for the fun and went home. We had the little Waffle House and went home. We didn't do all this stuff.
Man.
About
All I'm saying is I don't think that that's something you would give somebody to hinder them from fighting. I don't think. But I don't know. Cash Crypto talking about X is great. Can you fight on X, Cash Crypto?
I I'm too scared to try it. Y'all brave.
I've never ever Mm-mm.
I'm waiting on Cash Crypto to tell me if he can
I thought I
fight.
was doing something in college with my little Boone's farm. I thought I was doing something, y'all.
The Boone's for him. Come on, man.
I remember the Boone's Farm. That was actually the first one that I've ever
Me too. I thought I
the
was
first
doing
drink I've
something.
ever had. And Alizé.
Oh, I thought you was doing something. Like, oh, I'm
Girl,
doing
I thought I
something.
was
Give me a drink.
grown, girl.
That was my first thing with Boone's Farm, and then the little. I was like, oh, I'm doing something. Now y'all getting into a whole new world. And y'all, yeah.
But okay,
But
but
the
then that just lead me to my next question. Like, let me Google how long does MDMA last in your system? Because when I read the report and I'm looking at the date, and I'm like, I don't even think that drug will last in your system that long for you to be able
well,
to
for
take
hair
it.
follicles, because it was a hair follicle test.
But you know
It
what, Key? If I do something
yes.
one time, it's not gonna show up in my hair.
It depends on the potency, like how much you've had of that drug or chemical, whatever.
Exactly. So if I got drugged, it's not gonna show up in my hair. Only if I do it
I can't
consistently
say
will it
that
show up
with
in
when
my
it,
hair.
but I can't say that when it comes to ecstasy though. I can't say that.
But it will be any drug because it needs enough time to get in my hair. If I take it one time, I don't think it'll be in my hair. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I get it.
Like it may
It's
be in my
hard because
urine.
I've never done it, and to be honest with you, in the in this court system out here in Chicago, baby, we deal with uh crack, meth, your big three, weed, crack,
No big three.
and meth. You feel me? Like that's it. It's
All right, but
You
look,
did
this is
very
what
not
it
say
because
the
says.
big
that's
three.
such a young person drug, and now the young people is on shrooms. What you about to say, Jude?
I
Oh,
just said
they
you
driving
did not
themselves
say the
crazy.
big
But
three.
look, it says they vary those factors, but in general, ecstasy is still detectable after ingestion for up to 71 hours. That's 3 days. In saliva for 3 days, and in urine for 5 days.
So my thing is, why do they think Shakur's team did it though? Like of all the people there, what I mean, I get it that would probably be your first. Well, you're fighting him, but like I don't know. That's just is such a documentary story. It doesn't mean he doesn't have. At this point, I don't doubt anybody, but I wonder why he believes that someone put it in his drink or.
Because I wonder why you don't think Oscar drugged you. Oscar ain't want that fight.
You said what?
I said I wonder why he don't think Oscar probably got him. Oscar ain't want that fight.
And you know Oscar know his drugs. Oscar know his drugs now.
Oscar slipped him a Mickey. Oscar slipped him a Mickey in his water.
Yeah, I'm not ever gonna like this. Like, I think that people do. I think people poison folks. Yes, I'll maybe not every day, but I'm never gonna rule it out completely. But yeah, you're right. If anybody know how about some stuff,
Hey, but for real though, Shakur energy was kind of weird that build up to the fight. Y'all remember how his energy was?
I thought because I remember
his you think Shakur was nervous?
I'm about to show you. Let me look it up. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, because I didn't think that at all. But maybe I missed something.
Because I think when I reported on it back then, I think I reported that Shakur was over it. Like he was agitated. That's what I had got from it because of everything. Like remember, Kid Austin them, they made the allegations that Shakur messed with their car, that they took his passports. Like y'all don't remember this. I remember it like it was yesterday. Like they had so yes.
Yeah, and everybody was like, he is tripping. Nobody was believing him, and that's when he messed up all his credibility. As soon as he
Yep.
started saying that dumb shit, he lost all
Yeah, they said
credibility.
like wasn't it like his tire or something, right? 2 cents, like they slashed his tires or something.
Girl, I stopped listening after the passport story.
So I'm like, why
I
would
mean,
you?
it may be some truth to it though. Don't get me wrong, because he did say the reason why people don't want to fight Shakur is because they don't want to deal with his team, and it might be some truth to that. You never know.
True.
You never know. But let me see. Let's look. Let's see if this is what I'm looking for.
Some real sauce right now in the ring right now. Can you tell me a little bit more, like, what do you see your opponent? Is it a loss of respect? It seemed like you're calling out his dad. You're calling out, everybody. Is it loss of respect there?
Yeah, I don't got no respect for him. I think that they've been trolling and playing like internet games for a long time. So now we hear they got to stand on everything they said.
Awesome. And so how you're the one that's giving me some spice. You
predicted that Floyd Schofield would not make it to this fight. How did you feel when you found out he had pulled out?
I was already kind of expecting it.
Why did he expect him to pull out? See, this is the issue I had with this, right? I was saying I don't understand why Shakur Stevenson is fighting Kid Austin. Like, why are you fighting him? He's only on his second 12-round fight. And everybody kept telling me it's a good fight, it's a good fight, it's a good fight. But Shakur, why did you pick Kid Austin to fight if you didn't think that he would make it to the fight? You said the whole time you don't think he gonna make it to the fight. He better show up. I told him he was gonna pull out. Why did you pick him as an opponent then? What are we talking about? If you so strongly felt like if you pick him to fight, he ain't gonna come to the fight and he not gonna fight you. Well, why did you pick him as an opponent? You said you picked him because he called you out. And so when Kid Austin dropped out the fight, I think I made a video. I said, this Shakur Stevenson fault. Because why did you even pick him to fight in the first place if you felt so strongly that he wasn't going to fight you? Does that make sense to y'all?
Yeah. But I think he was over it though, because that's a lot of antics. Like he basically this was like a Ryan and Devin 2.0 minus the craziness. You feel me? Like those are some again. another set of serious allegations. Like every week it was something. Like y'all don't remember that. Every week Kid Austin Sr. was on Mill City, was on all these things saying that accusing Shakur team of doing something. It was almost like for me, after like the third week, I'm like, damn, what now? What he done did? Remember, I think he got accused of kidnapping. I mean, it was so it was so ghetto. So like, I see what you saying, 2 cents, but if you come in with passport you try to steal my passport. Because remember, the first press conference, Kid Austin Sr. and them didn't make it to, if I'm not mistaken. Remember that? And that's when they were saying that they stole my passports. Then it was the car. Some happened with I think it was the tires. Somebody slashed their tires or something like that. Then it was like every week it was something building up to that fight. So I think Shakur and them chopped it up like, bro, we not finna get this fight. Like it's too much.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Key here. I think, I mean, I don't know. We can't say that, oh, the Scoville's a line 100%. I would just say this. That little clip you just showed of Shakur saying, yeah, I know this, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, because if you are being accused of something different every week in the entire buildup, I can understand you were being frustrated, like, yeah, I kind of felt that. Or think about it too, these fighters, like, you're cutting weight, you're waiting for this fight, you train for this fight, now it ain't about to happen. Now, that's a lot, like, it can be disappointment, irritation. So I can't chop it all up to the fact that, oh, he guilty because he planted something. I can't rule it out, but I can understand that, right? So I don't know. That was just a weird moment in time, that fight, and I hope we had got it. And then the next thing I know, Schofield in the hospital. That's another thing too. So are they saying those test results came from that hospital? Remember, he's in the hospital in Saudi
No,
Arabia.
they got him in San Antonio.
Right. Then how? Now that's
They
my thing.
came
That's
home
my
and got
thing.
tested. They came home after all them days, and that stuff was still in his system. When I just told y'all, it lasts up to 5 days in your urine and up to 72 hours and everything else, your saliva and all that.
Right. But two saying, think about this. Remember the picture we saw Schofield in the hospital in Saudi Arabia. Remember?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I know they took his blood work. You don't get admitted to the hospital after taking your blood work. I want those results. How come they didn't? Does that
Maybe
match?
they ain't let them have them. Maybe they strong armed them. You not getting no damn results.
But what I'm saying is Saudi Arabia should be able to, like, unless they say Saudi Arabia in on it, like, to, like, say, yeah, he had this in his system. Because how is it that they didn't see how okay, my thing is, so he had it in his system when he got back to the United States. But the Saudi Arabia, that's what I was thinking. That's what my mind went. Okay, you went to a Saudi Arabian hospital. They took your blood work, and they didn't see Molly because they would have seen Molly or any of the drugs. I'm thinking they thinking about locking you up. That's what I was getting at.
Damn, they would have locked him up. But he
That's
got
a great
drugs.
point. They want to know how did you
No,
get
but
this in your
because
system in
Because
this country?
he
he
had
don't
an
know
ID in. They
drugs. How he gonna get locked up if he got drugs?
but because they don't know that you got drugs, they just know it's in
And
your
they would
system.
have kept Shakur and them team. Now that's a great point, Ju, because they would have been they should have
Yeah, they would
investigated
have to investigate it.
unless Turkey, you know what I'm saying, did what
Nah,
he
you know they
did.
was.
All they know is
Yeah,
in your
you
system.
know he had to.
All
You
they
know
know is
Turkey
it's in your
gave him the
system.
word.
They don't know how it got in your system. And if it's illegal there, and I knew they took his blood work, I think he had an IV. If I can't, I'm trying to remember the picture exactly, but he was in the hospital. When they admit you, I've never seen anybody admitted in the hospital without doing blood work. So I would think that would be in his blood, right? They would see something to figure out what's going on with him, his fatigue, his sickness, to try to find out the culprit. So the first thing they're gonna do is draw your blood, and he was asleep in the hospital. So my thing is, what came out in the results? What did we never got any results from the stay at the hospital in Saudi Arabia? And if they find something, there, I don't know. I got to search their rules, but I know, yeah, if they think you smuggled something in or you took something, they don't know that you're a drug. Yeah, they're gonna investigate that with the quicks, or you're not getting out.
Shout out to Dondrick with the $5 in the super chat. He says Turkey was like Debo. What test results, punk? Kid and Sister Schofield in them Blue Dolphins. Shout out to Gonzick, man.
Oh, well, I find this very interesting that this is all coming on the heels of them trying to get Tank in the ring and
Oh,
trying
speaking
to, I
of, not
think,
to cut you off, Key.
hmm
With all that stuff they just pulled, why would Tank fight Kid Austin?
that's where I was going with. That's
And
exactly where I was going.
and you know what I thought about why everybody and this is what I think, right? And we're gonna see if I'm right again. Everybody is talking about this Kid Austin fight is a good fight. Cause I don't think Tank is gonna fight him. Because it doesn't make sense, bro. Like you're not about to waste my time. Because what if they just using Auntie Skull and Kid Austin to stall Tank even more? What if they just using him to stall Tank even more? You didn't make it to the Shakur Stevenson fight. What makes me think you finna get in the ring with Tank? You haven't done nothing to remotely even deserve this fight for real. You ain't been fighting. You've been out the ring. You ain't been trying to get better, build yourself up, do nothing. You just been sitting around doing what? Dropping out of fights. You dropped out of 2 or 3 fights. Why would I think that you about to get in the ring with Tank? If anything, I think you about to stall him even more. Because y'all are on the internet talking too spicy to really about to be get in the ring with this man.
And contradicting themselves, 2 cents. Don't forget that, because 1 minute is my son to knock you out. Next minute is, it's about the money. Come on now.
Like it's giving me an act. You feel me? Am I tripping? Am I overthinking it? Y'all let me know. I'm an
No,
overthinker.
you're
So y'all
definitely
let me
right.
know if I'm overthinking it.
We have
But
to. No, I don't think you're completely overthinking it. I think it's a possibility the fight can happen, and it could be because hey, Tank's been out for a year. He needs make a little tune up. Schofield been out a year. He might need a little tune up. That could be the thing. But I will say Schofield's unreliable. I think you have the absolute right to question him because of all the mess he's been with. And you're right. It does seem like with the tea leaves we've been getting that there's a concerted effort to keep Tank out the ring. A lot of it's his own doing. It is, but some of this stuff I don't know. That could be it. And so I don't know what's gonna happen with Schofield. I think if even considers Schofield, he absolutely has to have an amazing backup or undercard in case he turns out. And basically, I feel like Tank would need to, if he was to come back, we don't know what's going on in his legal situation either. If he was to come back, he would absolutely have to. He might as well train for 2 different fighters, Schofield and whoever else that's likely to step in when he, eventually says, Toodaloo, I'm not biting, I have a spider bite. I don't know. And just for you ladies, I did Google the drug penalties in Saudi Arabia. Just having it in your system, no matter how, is automatic 6 months to 2 years. And
Damn. Oh my God. I just cramped up. Lord have mercy. 6 months?
six is 6 months to 6 months, between 6 months and 2 years.
Oh
Depending
Lord
on the
Jesus.
amount. But if they
Oh
do,
Lord. That's why I ain't never going there. I ain't
but
ever.
they do have. But if they believe you smuggled it, any of that, smuggled it, distributed it, it's a death penalty. It's corporal punishment. So yeah, that's why I keep telling you those. That's not the place you want to play. You're going for life over some stupid stuff. So or death penalty. So yeah, I just googled it, and we'll see.
That's why he
anything in
cleaned it
Saudi
up
Arabia?
when. That's why I'm never. That's a lot of reasons why Saudi Arabia is not on my to go to list right now.
Yeah,
And
never
I
be.
just added another one. For me,
Yeah,
it's always been about the treatment of the mistreatment of women over there,
absolutely.
and the killing of the journalists and everything that try to do their job and expose everything. And now it's so crazy because now with all the stuff coming out about Saudi Arabia, they're using the journalists that they killed, like Khashoggi. They're putting their work out there, but it's like, damn, y'all couldn't have did that. You know what I'm saying? Before y'all, before they demise. You feel me? Like they have so many human right violations. I could
Yeah,
never.
it's a lot of rules. Like you, I mean, but fine, just no drug. Like I can, okay, I don't do that. But the thing is, like, just you gotta really think about all the rules you might break because they might consider wine a drug, right? Imagine you have a cocktail.
Mm-hmm.
There's no cocktail law. You can't do that over there. When I was in Singapore, like I keep telling people, like I was there. Okay, you can have a cocktail every here and there, but public drunkenness is a problem. Another thing they don't allow gum. Like it's just random stuff that you wouldn't think of. You can break the law so easily. So yeah, you gotta be careful. And I was just thinking, if he had that in his system, I would be surprised if they let him go, unless because he was a guest of the
Turkey and
yeah, the elites there maybe. But that's what I'm saying because I'm like he was in the hospital, so I just think that. But anyway, back to Tank and Schofield. I don't know what to think. I don't mind it. I think Schofield is talented. I think he is fast, athletic. But I just with his past record, I don't feel comfortable allow myself to get excited for the fight because I'm worried when the shoe gonna drop. You know what I'm saying? Like if he gonna ruin it and like, oh no, I have a mosquito bite and Tank set me up. I ain't got time.
exactly, exactly. I definitely agree. I I'm just like again, I for me the like I said, because I haven't been on, so I just really wanted to get everybody's point of view with this because it's one thing to talk about laces, right? Like that's the most common one. It's either weight, they were weight drained or overweight, or the wraps of their hand, the lace, how their hand was laced up. You know what I'm saying? Is what caused X, Y, and Z, or a fight to be put off or something like that. This is, and I could be wrong. I did hear of rumors. I told 2 Cents about this. I remember when Gamboa was involved in that PED scandal. He was linked to a PED um lab. I remember that was about like like 10 years ago. I remember that. There was also I remember Coach Calvin. I don't know if y'all remember, but a couple years ago, Coach Calvin alluded to the fact of some funny business like that type of stuff going on. He said that he was going to put it in his book or his movie, one of these, whenever they release it, of stuff like that that goes on. But to see a fighter or a fighter's father put this stuff out there. And I mean, y'all saw the pictures. They put up a baggie that they found in the trash can. They put up all this stuff to see all of that, see the lab results, see the picture of this man in the hospital bed, all this stuff, right? You just I just have to question it, like, okay, is this because that's a lot of implications. Like you're also saying that Turkey and them just allowed y'all to leave, and that's like Jupe just said, that's absolutely illegal to even have that type of stuff there. I don't even think they got baggies that size out there in Saudi Arabia, right? Or that even look like that. So I don't know. I I don't agree. I if and that goes to their integrity as well. You know what I'm saying? Because who's gonna want to deal with those type of antics? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes,
uh,
some fighters are making themselves harder and harder to fight. Like I understand, like it's one thing if a fighter gets in trouble. Like okay, every fighter comes with their baggage, right? But like you got folks having baggage without the benefit of them, like at least gonna make you a lot of money, and that's what we're seeing more and more of. Like you can't have all this baggage and drama, and you're a net negative. You know what I'm saying? You can't be both. You got to pick a struggle. I'm sorry, this is how the market is. But I agree, that's crazy.
do you think? Okay, here's my theory with one of it. Right? Do you think with this whole situation? Do you think that it was an executive decision from Senior, Kid Austin Senior, to have Floyd pull out of this fight to get ready or get the Tank Davis fight? Because if he would have lost to Shakur, then chances would be very slim that he would even be in this position right now.
I would say this.
I think it was a zesty decision.
Yeah,
Okay, 2
I
cents.
kind of. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, 2 cents. My bad.
What's your question again? Go ahead, Keith. Say it again.
I said, do you think it was an executive decision for them to pull out the fight so that they can get a Tank Davis fight and not lose to Shakur? Because chances are of him fighting Tank after losing to Shakur would have been very slim.
So you telling me they didn't know that until the week of the fight?
I think what if it was the plan all along and they was just waiting for an excuse? Because remember the initial reports was people were speculating dehydration or something. Remember
Yeah, I
that?
felt like he couldn't make the weight, but I mean, I could see them doing that, kids. It don't sound too far fetched, but you did that for 3 fights. Like, come on, man, you don't get away with this shit with boxing and then get rewarded with a Tank fight.
Has it been 3 fights? I know it was Shakur and then the Hispanic guy this last time, where he had a bump on his wrist or something like that. They said it was sprain. Who was it?
I thought he had something before the bump. Another fight he had dropped out of before the bump.
Wasn't that not? Because that would have been Tevin Farmer. He fought Tevin. He fought cross-eyed.
Maybe it was 2 times then he dropped out the fight.
No, he did. It was another fight. I can't remember what it was.
Oh damn! So it was 3 fights. Oh, see, I can't make no
I
excuses
thought it
then.
was two. I could be wrong. I thought it was two. But I would say this to your question, Key. I can see that because based on what Floyd Sr. was saying to Kenny, what he kept saying, yeah, well, it's basically like, oh, well, even if all he gotta do is make it 12 rounds, and this is great. All he gotta do is, and this is like what it sounds like to me is that for the Schofields is if you're gonna risk losing, you want to lose to the guy that you're still gonna benefit from, right? Like that interaction between Schofield Sr. and Kenny was very eye opening. He was just like, oh yeah. Like, of course, he wasn't talking the whole "we gonna not Tank out," blah blah blah. Although he may or may not feel that way truthfully, but he was expressing that it's 2-0 for both. They both been out a year. Okay, they both been out a year. Okay, and it's Tank Davis. So if we don't get knocked out, he said, I just want to make sure my guy don't get knocked out. Like he's basically saying, I can just go in there, go the distance. I'm a big name. And then he mentioned how it happened for Pitbull and Roach. He mentioned them. And then Kenny said, hey, even the guys he did knock out went on to do great things. And then Schofield Sr. was like, oh, yeah. So I think what it is like you're just making a educated bet. Like, okay, which makes sense, which is why who'd you rather lose to? Okay, because it don't matter who, even if Tank out boxes you or Shakur out boxes you, the people who Tank out box end up being like, think about Pitbull. Pitbull is a huge name now because of Tank. Look at how many opportunities Barrios got. Look at Rolly right now. And it's just it is. I think at this point they're like, if my son's gonna risk it, I want it to be, because think about it, it's a win-win. If you beat Tank, oh my God, you're the biggest thing in the world. If you lose to Tank, you're still bigger than half the guys in your division. It's a win-win. And that's kind of how he described it. So yeah, I can see that. I can see that same way what happened with Frank Martin. They were trying to say Frank Martin duck. No, he didn't. You're gonna risk it. You're gonna get the biggest bang for your buck. It's a bigger, yes, it might be a bigger risk. You might get knocked out, but you're gonna get other opportunities and you're a bigger name. So that's what it sounds like to me.
Interesting. Okay, I thought I was crazy. I'm like, I wonder if that was the play all along, because they've been.
If you saw that interview, girl, he pretty much said it. Like, he was like, all he gotta do is get to 12. He literally said that. Like,
Exactly.
I was like, okay, all right, baby.
Exactly. And that is true. They wanted, Paige said it, like they tried to call Abdullah a duck for when they was asking for $20 million to fight him. Like, what?
Right. That when you do something like that, that shows me that you want the biggest cash out for risk. Like their risk, they're like, okay, if I'm gonna take a risk, I want the maximum amount. Because I think the thing with Tank, even if you don't get, like, let's say I'm gonna give you a portion, whatever. He's the gift that keeps on giving. Because once you fight him, you get other opportunities. There's not a person who fought him that it didn't make their life better. Win, lose, or draw. Everyone who's fought him, his life has got like their career has gone on a better trajectory. Versus you lose to Shakur, it doesn't really. This is I'm just going by what we've seen. Okay, like Artem. Have you seen Artem anymore? No. Padley? No. Even Tio. No one's checking the Tio right now. He might have a fight, but you know what I'm saying? Like this, it's not the same trajectory. So it's just certain people are better to lose to. That's just always been a thing in boxing.
Okay, I feel you. I agree. I definitely agree. I thought I was crazy. I'm like, I wonder if that was the play all along to take simple fights for the bigger prize. I just kept wondering that. And how aggressively he went after Tank after so many years of talking about Tank and saying he wanted the fight and never truly enacting on it. Or maybe the play could be too that, you know, if Tank does have to do some time or is engulfed in this legal situation for the next several months, that, you know, the WBA just go ahead and cut their losses for right now and, you know, put the fight on for the vacant belt and they can say, oh, well, Tank Duck, you know what I'm saying? Or just to, you know, do a gimme, a grab, you know what I'm saying? For that title. So
that's what I thought initially when they first started talking about it. I think that was a point where people thought that Tank was like stripped or in recess. They were talking about that belt. So yeah, I can see that happening. I mean, I think Schofield's talented. I think he got power. I think he got some good things going for him. But I'm just not 100% sold. I don't know. Like I think at this point we're in an era where people want to find the kind of like I don't know, like really pack their stats and find ways to get belts like the easier way. Not all the time, but you know. And Schofield with his track record, I just want him to get a better track record. And I'm gonna be so mad if they make this Tank fight with him, and you buy tickets and then you get there and if like you know what I'm saying. That's my fear with him because he's a liability. It's one thing for Tank to be wishy-washy with his mess. We can't have two folks. We gotta have at least one liable person, one stable person.
Mm-hmm.
And off topic, y'all. I was just rewatching Ray Ford versus Nova. I didn't realize that young guy was Ray's coach even then. I never paid attention to the coach. So that really people tell me that's Shakur's cousin. They're saying that Ray Ford's coach is Shakur's cousin. The same young guy who's with him at the weigh-in today and everything. It's the same guy. So he's been coaching him for a minute. I just somehow missed that. But today he was like heated and he just seemed to like really, I don't know if y'all saw that. I'm just letting y'all know that.
We saw that too since I played it. And I was just like, did I miss something? Because I was like, why is he so upset? Was there something going on behind the scenes?
Right. I thought we missed something. But yeah, he was his coach for a while because he was a coach in the Nova fight. And because he looked so young, and they were like, "Oh, that's Shakur Stevenson's cousin." I'm like, I thought they said that because like the whole complexion and beard, he kind of favors him. But apparently, that's really Shakur's relative. And this is something that Shakur fan here. But I just think it's so interesting how Shakur has embedded himself. He is like attached or got someone in everybody's. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it. Keyshawn had Bomac.
Yeah.
Now Keyshawn is with, isn't he now with
Shakur's emotional cousin.
No, Keyshawn is with Keyshawn got the same trainer as Shakur now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Keyshawn is with whoever Shawali Moses.
Right. Which is Shakur's grandfather. Now Ray is with is with Shakur's cousin. They
bros, girl.
They both been put out on missions to fight people. It's just like, what the? Nobody see this?
Shakur got a front line to block for him like this football.
Like he is embedded. Like he got tentacles all throughout their. Like they're not independent fighters anymore. They all connected to Shakur. Because I don't understand why Keyshawn left Bozy. I don't understand. Like I thought he looked great with Bozy. But that's fine. You want to go to Mr.
You mean Bomac?
I'm sorry, Bomac. Yes, my bad. I'm mixing up my B's. I don't understand why Keyshawn left Bomac. And so now it's like I'm starting to take this brotherhood stuff seriously because like it's really starting to seem like what do you mean?
And then Lamont Roach don't know if he want to jump in or jump out. Like I'm trying to figure, he with them too. I'm like, what is going on?
Well, if he is,
when did Lamont Roach get in with the active squad?
I have no idea. I think they, been working on something. I don't know.
Like they got somebody because then Lamont Roach is who they got to beat Tank.
I guess it's just weird. It's yeah, because remember he was like, oh yeah, if you beat Tank, then me and you can fight each other, so I ain't gotta fight. And I'm like, huh? I thought you wanted to be the first person to beat Tank. I thought that's what you wanted, So this is getting weird, especially once I saw it really honed in. Once I saw that Ray Ford's trainer is Shakur's cousin. I thought people were joking.
That was the last straw.
I that's the last straw for me. I'm sorry. I thought y'all were joking. And someone says it's real. Like that's really his cousin. And I'm like, how many family members does Shakur have in boxing? So now now you connected, you all way embedded with, and not only did
aren't they called the active squad or something like that?
Yeah. So the active squad. So now everybody's changing coaches. And then I'm hearing Ray Ford moved to Houston. So now everybody got it everybody's moving and making serious life changes and career changes that's connected to Shakur. And I'm like, I've just never seen anything like that in boxing. Like that's weird. And I don't like it.
Hey.
And Shakur got Ford ready for this fight too.
That drug story might not be too crazy. You got niggas moving around and moving and switching trainers and mob ties.
Oh God.
I'm just saying.
I'm with you on that. I agree with you. Like that is. I don't think have we ever seen something like this before?
I've been watching boxing forever. I've never seen.
If they were doing it, we wasn't hip to it, not like we are now.
Maybe, yeah, that's very possible.
But they all fought each other though. You feel me?
Like, okay, back in the day, Ali and Frazier hated each other and they became friends later. They still fought each other again because it was what it was. I remember after Ali beat Foreman, him and Foreman became friends.
Yeah.
Ali was trying to get Foreman back in the ring, but Foreman was like, I'm a pastor now, whatever. Like it wasn't like, hey, we're gonna band together and this was bothering me. I think Shakur is good. Shakur don't need this. Shakur is good enough on his own. I think he's gonna win every fight.
Jude.
I know.
Jude.
Girl,
if he was good enough on his own, we would not be having this conversation.
And that's what's starting to bother me.
But two cents, I agree with you because I think Shakur is more skillful than them. No, I think Keyshawn is. I think Keyshawn might be a little bit more athletic. You feel me? But I think skill wise,
Shakur is killing his own illusion.
Lord.
So this is what I ain't gonna lie. This is starting to because I feel like everything they told me about Tank, I'm starting to see in Shakur. Like, oh, Tank ain't securing himself. I think Tank will win every fight in the world. No, I think Tank has an uphill battle because he has one deficit that there's nothing he can do to solve, which is size. He's just a small man, right? That's just it. But skill for skill, if Tank was the same size as these guys, it wouldn't even be a discussion. I'm going to be 100% honest. 100% honest. Like, I really think the deficit is because of size. That's it. Skill for skill, he's up there with everybody. Shakur, I think skill for skill, he's up there too. But what's bothering me is that I always felt okay. Like, and a lot of people say, "Oh, Shakur is all defense." When I became a fan of Shakur, he was at 126, 130. He was standing in the middle, making you miss. Like he was not as he was always defensive, right? But he was very offensive as well. He was standing there, make you pay, boom, 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 boom. I feel like once towards the end of 130, once he moved like towards the end of his 130 career, and when he went to 135, that's when he became less offensive. Because I used to see him stand right in front of you and make you miss. And I was like, oh, he cold, right? I still think he's very skilled. But now with all the way he's moving and, oh, I need this person, like he's becoming, like he's acting as though he's a sanctioning body. That's making me question things. And then the visceral reaction to shot. Because I get it. Like, I can, like, people like, oh, Tank don't like the way the whole Shakur thing. I get why Tank's reaction to that. Because Tank would be in the middle of promoting a fight with someone else. And they'd be like, Shakur. He like, Shakur ain't even that big of a name. Why y'all text me? I get it. And then also Tank kind of got emotional and irritated with Shakur because he probably thought that this is his guy, his friend. He looked out for him, and then he was telling the world that like Tank's scared of him. So Tank saw that it's like whatever, that's a whole thing. But with the Shakur thing is that that's not what it is. It's just that you're just like being very strategic towards shot, and it's like okay, I don't get that because like in my mind you be shot. I think you'll be a competitive fight. But it's all the extra steps, and you had to fight this person, and he was. And I thought about it. He was his mandatory a while back in 130. He was, and it's making me question things. And then you sending folks off on missions. Oh, Keyshawn, you got to fight this person. You got, and now everybody has to have one of my family members on their team. It's like what the hell going on? It's getting it's too much. So I am trying to question it. Like I know you good. With my eyes, you're good, but evidently, do you believe that you're as good as I think you are? You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, that probably was.
Yes.
What? Probably went off kilter, but hopefully y'all got what I was putting down.
No, I get exactly. I feel everything that you're saying. But before we go, last minute final decision: Ray Ford versus O'Shaquie Foster. Who y'all got?
I got O'Shaquie Foster, but Raven Ford definitely could win this fight. So I don't know which way we swinging. It all depends on who show up tomorrow night. Really, that depends on who wins. Who shows up tomorrow night? Is O'Shaquie Foster gonna be focused and ready? Is Raymond Ford gonna be too emotional and get reckless in there? We don't know. We gotta see. But if I had to pick, I would go with O'Shaquie. But Raymond Ford definitely could pull it off.
Yeah, I think this is a 50-50 fight. I do think Ray's good, but I will say if I had to lean, because I'm looking at once I rehydrated, what sucks about this fight and would give me a better idea is if we got the actual true weigh-ins. I hate.
They said at the first weigh-in they both weighed in at 130, and then at the ceremonial it was something, you know what I'm saying? But they said they both weighed in at 130. That's what the reports are.
Right. No, that's true. But the problem is at the ceremonial. So why I like to do the actual real weigh-ins is because I want to see them weighing at 130 because you're both at 130, but how do you look? Because I just know the day before Ray was looking a little dry. And O'Shaquie's very lean automatically. So I don't know how you see them at the real weigh-in. That's the whole purpose of the weigh-in. You can kind of like, oh, this person looks drained. They deaf. You can tell, and so you can both weigh in at 130. But how do you look? And if you notice, now that we're having these ceremonial weigh-ins, you don't get to see them they don't let them take any pictures because they don't look as great, and they're trying to hide that. So I really can't tell because by the time we see the ceremonial, y'all have had meals, y'all have had a whole bunch of fluids, you're getting naps. So I don't know, but I would just say that at the ceremonial weigh-in, Ray looked good. He looked like the bigger man to me, like a little bit thicker. And I'm wondering, like, is he gonna like just kind of bulldoze Oshaki, like use his he has a power advantage, I think, by a little bit. He got fast hands. Okay, like do I think that would work? But if I saw him look, I want to see who looked more drained, all that, and I don't get to see that, so I don't know. But I am leaning on. I think Oshaki is just a more technical fighter, so I'm gonna go with that. But I really don't know. I'm leaning on Shockey, but I will not be shocked if Ray was able to pull it off. I think that Ray could come out fast, could Shockey off guard, and then also that ring you showed us, that's a fact. Are they fighting that little rinky-dink ring? I mean, yeah, that's definitely going to favor Ray, I would assume, right? I think that was so. It's just so many factors. And then what happened with the glitter gloves? Did they replace his glitter gloves? Because he was gonna like.
That's $1 million question. Yep.
Because is he gonna pixie dust him to death? Nothing worse than having glitter in your eye, child. You gotta go to the eye doctor. So it's just a lot of factors. I don't know. So I don't know. Let the best man win. I'll be honest, I am a little bit more partial to Shock winning, just because I think it'll be better for boxing, and I think Shock, I do want to see Shakur versus Shock now, because now I'm curious,
Okay. Everybody gonna get your final 2 cents off, and then we're gonna close down the show. I'm about to fall asleep over here. Juke, what's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
I ain't got much. I would just say I'm excited for the fight tomorrow. I think this is a really good fight. I love how they both really promote this fight, and they just really hinge the fight on the rivalry between the two of them, even though the intersection between that rivalry is Shakur. I absolutely like it. I think that they really did a good job promoting this on their own, and this just proves you don't got to be the biggest name in the world. You can gain the fans' interest by taking on like really competitive fights, selling it on your own, putting it on your own back, on your own name. You don't got to use somebody else's name to sell it, and they showing it. And I've been completely happy with the whole build up, and I'm hoping the fight meets up to that moment. I hope that they got the whole sprinkle fairy dust glove glitter thing out the way. I'll be so mad if the fight gets stopped because somebody got glitter in their eye. Like, we already hit the eye thing with Tank, but it is the eyes are sensitive, and that glove did like it had all kind of glistenings and sprinkles and sparkles. That's a recipe for disaster. And secondly, I'm sorry. I want Shakur need if Shock wins this, and if Shock wins this, Shakur absolutely needs to fight him. And I agree what you said earlier, 2Cent. Even if he don't, at this point, y'all got a rivalry of beef, and you and Ford fight nothing alike. So I don't see a problem either way.
No, Tim Bradley said he a mini replica of Shakur.
Who's a mini replica?
Ford. He's a mini. He fight like Shakur. He's a mini.
Oh my God!
Oh my God! Why is he lying?
Tim Bradley said.
Ford is a replica of Shakur.
Tim Desert Storm Bradley. You know the damn rest. That's what he said.
Stand this man. They are completely two different styles. Completely. Anyway, I would love to see that fight, and I think it would be better for boxing because I've never seen Shakur's one of my favorite fighters, and that's a style I have not seen him fight, and that's why I want it. I think to me, it's about styles. You can fight the same style over and over again. That doesn't mean you're the best. It just means you're the best. You have dominated that style, and that's something you know how to fight. I think for a fighter to be great, you have to fight a plethora of styles, and even if you may lose once and have to figure it out again, I still give you more credit than you not fighting that style at all. So that's how I feel, and I expect Shakur to be at that fight. But at the same time, I am worried about this because it seems like this is a real beef. Even Ray's coach said he got beef. So I need everybody who's going to this fight to keep their head on the swivel and wear your best tennis shoes. You can run up out of there in case something go wrong. So far as the whole order with WBC, I'm fine with it. Everybody was fine. Everybody loves orders when it benefits them. Everybody loves it. My thing is, right now, Zuffa needs to figure it out. I like the order. I absolutely would love to see. I think that's a better fight to have the champion fight Benavidez versus Opatai. But if you want to go over to Zuffa and fight Opatai, fine, fight Opatai. But my thing is that I feel like Zuffa, I don't get the point of Zuffa going through all this rigmarole, going through Congress, going through all these legal legislative changes to become their own entity, their own uh, uh, boxing entity, league. If all you're gonna do is try to force fights with the league that you separated from, like that's stupid to me. If you want to be your own entity, your own league, then be your own league. But now suddenly, we want to be our own league. We're separate. We're different. We had our own sanction body. Okay, then do your thing. I haven't seen any rankings yet. But then why are you relying on unifications with the very sport that you separated from? So I don't want to hear the whole Opatai, poor Opatai, he's being done. No, you're not. You left traditional boxing. You're in a league. Fight the people in your league. Because you shouldn't have went to Congress. You shouldn't have went and did all these different things. So I don't want to hear no crying about that. So I think that what WBC did was smart because you got to fight for your own preservation. And it is what it is. But that's all I got to say. And thanks for having me. It was great talking to you ladies. And y'all have a good night.
Salute to the beautiful Queen Jupe, man. I agree with everything that she said. I do agree. And that's pretty much like for me, what Jupe said, how everything with Dana White, like pick your lane and stay in it. I think that's pretty much what she was summing it up as. You know what I'm saying? If you are saying that you're this, you know what I'm saying, and you got your own belt, where your list at, where your, you know what I'm saying, where your fighters at, all that. Like I definitely agree. But it doesn't look right because again, and one thing that Jupe, 2 Cents, and I have brought up for the past several months is if this was Al Heyman, if we took Dana White name off of this and replaced it with Al Heyman, imagine the publicity, imagine what will be said and everything else. It just don't hit the same. You know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate. The things that we're finding now, all these lawsuits and everything. Like, could you imagine if Al made a splash like this in boxing with these antitrust, destroying evidence, backdoor dealings with president? Like, what the heck are we doing here, people? So I agree with everything that Jupe said. For my final pick for tomorrow, this is a hard fight. For some odd reason, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a draw, because I think that both of these guys are on their A game. They both see what time it is. Ray Ford has been putting on spectacular, performances his last fights, and O'Shaquie Foster has done the same. The only thing, again, that I worry about is the pressure from Ray Ford that would be imposed on O'Shaquie Foster. And O'Shaquie Foster, even though he does fight on the back foot, he does know how to. The way that he fights is the judge can rule in Ray Ford's favor, like they did with Conceição, right? Or like they did against Gary Antoine Russell as well versus Puello. So I'm a little concerned about that for O'Shaquie Foster. But also with Ray Ford, O'Shaquie Foster has the footwork to make Ray Ford miss. You know what I'm saying? As he's coming forward, he can, like, O'Shaquie has a skill set that he can make Ray Ford look slow. You know what I'm saying? So this is a very, very good fight. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be tuned in on anybody's channel because I'm gonna be so busy glued to the TV screaming and going crazy because I'm so excited for this fight. Y'all have no idea. But my final pick, my God. I'm with the girls, man. It's a 50-50 fight. I'm leaning towards O'Shaquie Foster. Do I think it will be a stoppage? I will be very shocked if these two individuals, if one of these guys gets stopped by one another. I will be super, super, super shocked. But stranger things has happened in boxing. But I am slightly giving the edge to O'Shaquie Foster in this fight because I just think when he had that fight in Mexico, and he needed a stoppage. He needed to, because they had him down, even though he was winning that fight. He bit down, man, and really brought it home and was able to stop that guy. And I haven't really seen Ray Ford really bite down like that, like really show that grittiness like that. But O'Shaquie Foster can get complacent inside the ring. So this is an amazing fight. I'm giving the edge to O'Shaquie Foster, but I'm with the ladies, man, for the first time. Like, this is a 50-50 fight for me. Like, but this is an amazing fight. Shout out to 2 Cents. Make sure y'all hit the like, subscribe button. And shout out to the beautiful Queen Jupe. Thank you guys so much. And as always, I'm out.
Hello? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I gave my last 2 cents, and so did Key. I think you dozed off, my love. I'm gonna go. You go ahead and wrap it up.
All right. Peace out, Juke. Yeah, I'm over here about to fall asleep. Thank you, everybody, for joining me tonight. Be sure to let me know and drop it below your 2 cents in the chat if you're listening to the replay. I'll be live again Sunday for the Sunday review show. Y'all be sure to come back and join me again live. Big fight tomorrow. Remy Ford versus O'Shaquie Foster. Sold out fight. Should be interesting. I will definitely be in the building. Definitely gonna be interesting. Continue to follow to see how the saga goes with Shakur Stevenson, because now Shakur has a saga that he has created with him and the other fighters, and that he's connected to. We'll see how it's going. We always got the Boots fight. We know that everybody's anticipating it and ready to watch, and that'll be coming up soon. But we're focusing on this fight tomorrow. I cannot wait to join y'all again Sunday to let y'all know how the fight went. Unfortunately, I will not be doing a live show because it's a ton of fights tomorrow. I probably would have been streaming all day, streaming the fights tomorrow. But listen, let me check and make sure I got everybody's super chat. I ain't missed nobody. Shout out to everybody that supported the channel today. Shout out to everybody that punched that like and subscribe button. And listen, if you don't want your host all in the videos, cussing you out, timing you out the chat, leaving you in the background, muting you when you're trying to talk, come on over to 2 Cents Boxing, where we talk everything boxing and everybody's entitled to their own opinion.